Yo, I got dibs. Guys,
while you're up, can you give me a cold drink?
All right, boys, it's game time.
It is game time as we welcome you to the Nissan pregame rush. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy and the Bowl Championship Series. The 2014 Discover Orange Bowl, Clemson and Ohio State. Joe Tessitore, Matt Millen, Maria Taylor with you. We're ready to get after it. The Clemson Tigers, they climb to number 3 in the polls. From the Atlantic Coast Conference, head coach Dabo Swinney's Clemson Tigers. They made it all the way up to number 3. Then they stumbled, but this is their 3rd straight year that Clemson is a double-digit win team. Their 5th appearance in the Discover Orange Bowl. Started the year with a signature win, a primetime showdown against a then top 5 opponent. And in playing number 7 Ohio State, Clemson, the only team in college football to play 3 non-conference top 10 opponents this year. Here comes the scarlet and gray. Ohio State's 9th BCS Bowl appearance. From the Big Ten, Urban Meyer's 12-1 Ohio State Buckeyes. Game win streak had them soaring. One disappointing Big Ten title game has them hungry to now show the country what they're all about tonight. Urban Meyer 7-1 in the postseason, a perfect 4-0 in BCS Bowls, won the national title here in this stadium in 08. And what a ride it's been since Bowling Green back in 01 and 02. 49 years old, 12th year as a head coach. 7 times in those 12 years, Urban has led a team to 10 wins or more. Had a Fiesta Bowl with Utah, a couple national titles at Florida. And now back in his home state. They've only played once before, the 78 Gator Bowl. Clemson won it 17-15. The game and the score just mere footnotes to the moment that sports fans will never forget.
24-yard line, 3rd down, 5. Schleister looks at Donnelly. Throws it short, it's intercepted. Charlie Bauman, the middle guard, intercepted it. And we got a big fight going on. The officials buried in the middle. So we've got a free-for-all going on down on the field with a dozen or so people involved in it. Schleister threw the ball right smack into Bauman's hands. And I don't know what it was that triggered the fight.
Since Charlie Bauman intercepted the pass and legendary Buckeyes coach Woody Hayes punched him. That action cost the all-time great his job the very next morning. And now all these years later, they meet again, the 80th Discover Orange Bowl. Referee John McDade has the coin toss.
This evening, Clemson University in white are the visitors. The visitors will call the toss. Here's the coin. I have a helmet for both Clemson and Ohio State as heads. I have the Orange Bowl logo as tails. The coin will be flipped into the air and allowed to hit the ground. Visiting captain, what do you call?
Tails.
Tails, he calls. Mr. Hertz. It is tails. Clemson, you've won the toss. You have the ball. Clemson elected to receive the ball. What goal do you want to defend? Which way do you want to kick? Captain, switch sides. Clemson has won the toss and elected to receive to start the game.
We're going to see Taj and Sammy Early here with Clemson receiving. And our Maria Taylor is standing by with Clemson coach Dabo Swinney. Maria.
Coach, Taj Boyd is your quarterback, the undisputed leader of this team. Your offensive coordinator, Chad Morris, says he set the standard for playing quarterback at Clemson. What do you need to see from him today to be successful?
Just operate the vehicle, just play within the system, be who he is, take care of the ball. It's okay to end a drive with a kick, either an extra point, field goal, or a punt. So we need him to play well tonight, there's no question.
All right, let's throw it across the field to Sam Ponder, standing by with Urban Meyer.
Thanks, Maria. Coach, you've had guys with the flu, suspension, and injuries. How have they prepared with this kind of adversity?
Well, you're a BCS Bowl participant, so they prepare like a BCS team, and they're going to play their tails off tonight.
You've got 3 new starters in the secondary. How would you describe the challenges they're facing tonight?
Well, you're facing the skill. You got to tackle them. They're real skilled. Their skills as good as anybody in the country. So we just got to, anytime you face a great athlete, you got to cup the athlete and get him on the ground.
Coach, obviously so much expectation around this group this year. Did pretty well for yourselves. Coming into this game, is there anything left to prove?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, anytime you play, there's something to prove. But this is a grand stage and a great bowl game, and the whole country's watching, so we got a lot to prove.
We're looking forward to it. Thanks, Coach. We'll send it up to Joe Tessitore to kick things off.
Thank you, Samantha. And this has been the Nissan pregame rush. Heard Sam mention the injuries and the suspensions affecting Ohio State. They're without their starting defensive end, Noah Spence. He had 8 sacks this year. He's suspended due to a rules violation set forth by the Big Ten Conference. And Bradley Roby, starting cornerback, he's out with a knee injury.
In an already depleted secondary.
Clemson won the toss, and they chose to receive. This is one of the games people have been talking about for a month. They expect it to be high scoring, back and forth. Last one with the ball will take it. We will see if it plays out that way. Ohio State and Clemson in the 80th Discover Orange Bowl. Drew Basil will be kicking away to Sammy Watkins. 1 kickoff return for a touchdown in his career. Came back in 2011 against Maryland. And Watkins will take a knee, and we will say hello to the senior from Hampton, Virginia, Taj Boyd, his 40th consecutive start, more than any other Clemson quarterback has ever had. 31 career wins.
Well, you heard our Maria Taylor talking with head coach Dabo Swinney, and he said what he has to do is just drive the car. So what does that mean, Tess? That means he's just got to let the offense run and take what's given to him. He doesn't have to try to force a big play. Doesn't have to eyeball one guy down in terms of Sammy Watkins. Run the offense, and things will be fine.
And this is Sammy Watkins from the backfield as he gets out at about the 28-yard line.
A lot of ways to get Sammy Watkins involved in the game plan. And tonight, we're going to see every way possible.
Six-yard gain by Watkins. 2nd and 4. Roderick McDowell now in the backfield with Boyd. As Boyd is taken down just behind the line of scrimmage that time. It was Jamal Marcus getting there. He's playing in place of Noah Spence, and Duran Grant coming in with run support.
This is a situation that Clemson wanted to stay out of. They do not like being in 3rd and long. And if they are, they want to be at least 50% of these downs.
3rd down and 8. As he gets it out of the backfield to McDowell. who is still gaining extra yardage, and a first down for Clemson out at about the 43-yard line, brought down by Powell.
That's really well done by Taj Boyd. You're going to see Joey Bosa, the freshman from Ohio State, who's really come on strong. He comes free, and Taj Boyd just drives the car. He picks up 16 on that 3rd and 7. That's exactly what they need him to do.
C.J. Davidson now, as he is taken down from behind by Marcus. Davidson, a sophomore, a pure speed guy who we may see more of tonight.
Tess, what you just mentioned right there is you're going to hear that a lot with these Clemson players. This is a very fast team. They have speed all over the field.
2nd and 7. Boyd gave it to McDowell. Held on to it for a bit before he made that decision, and it'll be 3rd and short. He was taken down by Joshua Perry.
So we've talked about all the, you have Taj Boyd, you have McDowell, you have Watkins, you have guys who can make plays. But really, this side of the ball is going to come down to how well Ohio State's defense plays. And they've struggled as of late. They've given up a lot of yards.
Especially the pass defense. That has struggled mightily. 3rd and 2. This is Boyd. And he does it on his own and then turns it on. Taj Boyd. Could he? Yes. What a start for the senior. A 49-yard touchdown run on Clemson's opening possession.
All he's going to do is allow his offensive line to take care of business. You saw Tyler Shatley come around on a power, and he just followed him up inside. There was nothing on that second level for Ohio State.
Chandler Catanzaro adds the extra point. And Taj Boyd, the longest run of his Clemson career, and it kicks things off in the Discover Orange Bowl. Tigers up 7-0. Matt Maria with you here at the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. Clemson strikes first. Taj Boyd, the senior quarterback. A big touchdown run for 49 yards.
Remember, they said they just have to let the offense run. See this right here? That's Brandon Thomas. He gets down on the first with a double and then kicks back to the backside linebacker. But Shatley right here, that man is coming for Shazier, and he is the star of the show because he just empties him right there. Right up the middle. Brandon Thomas takes care of 2. Tyler Shatley does the rest. Ooh, he better be careful with that ball when he gets down to the end zone. See that, Tess? That's a little too close for comfort.
Well, that happened in the LSU-Iowa bowl game a few days ago. And there's Tyler Shatley, played as a defensive lineman back in the 2012 Orange Bowl. Now the starting right guard on the other side of the ball.
See Shatley right there, 300 pounds. He was a high school running back, ran for 2,000 yards.
Showed some great athleticism there, getting that big block as Dontre Wilson feels that long, big boot of Catanzaro and Bradley Pinion. And here is Braxton Miller, now back-to-back years winning the Big Ten's Most Valuable Player Award.
Braxton Miller, quite frankly, is the best runner I've seen all season long. And I'm including all the running backs, and we watched some good ones. This man is special, and he's really improved in his passing. But you can see why he's the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. He carries this group.
You consider him the best runner by far in this team, and they have the Big Ten's best running back in Carlos Hyde.
Who's a stud.
And who Orban says he's going to feed all night long, but hopefully not with results by that if you're a Buckeyes fan, as Hyde is taken down right behind the line of scrimmage. As that Clemson defensive front, they're going to need to hold up all night long. Corey Crawford and Beasley on the edge, and Jarrett and Reeder inside.
Well, if you heard our pregame show with Jesse Palmer and Danny Cannell, they were talking about loading up the box. And that's exactly what they've done here to start the game.
It's only the 3rd time that Hyde's been tackled for a loss this entire season on 184 carries now. This is Philly Brown, and Philly Brown gets loose. And it'll be a Buckeyes first down.
Remember when I just said that Clemson offense has a lot of speed? Well, Ohio State can match it. They have the same thing. There's a back eastern PA guy, upper Darby PA. Oh, Philly Brown can really play. He can go. And if you're going to play this offense, you're going to have to tackle well in space.
Hyde once again not finding any running room in the middle with big Grady Jarrett. Third leading tackler on the team is the nose tackle Jarrett.
You know, one thing you notice when you're watching Braxton Miller, watch how he attacks the line of scrimmage. That's rare. He steps towards it and he basically taunts you. He wants you to come after him. Watch how he'll draw forward, gets the back. See, his eyes are up for the read, but he'll draw forward to make you come towards him, and then he has the athleticism to make you miss.
2nd and 10. Here's Hyde testing the left side, and a little better out there as he lowered the shoulder. He's a real tough and durable running back.
One thing about Marcus Hyde, he's 235 pounds. You don't know that. I'm Carlos. Carlos Hyde is as good an inside runner. Tess, what sets him apart is he's extremely patient. Here's the bottom line. This is an offensive line-driven team. And Carlos Hyde does a nice job of taking the cue from his O-line.
Trips to the right on 3rd and 6 for Miller. Here's Braxton with time. Pumps once, now trying to extend the play. But he cannot spin free of Vic Beasley, the first-team All-America defensive end.
That's the whole key. And there's a flag down there. It's going to be a throat slash, which is not smart.
Number three, the defense.
That's just stupid.
John McDade from the American Conference, our referee tonight.
Watch how they contain him. They are not going to allow him outside, and they force him to have to throw the ball into coverage. He did not like what he saw, and now Beasley finishes it off. But watch the end of the play. Beasley gets up. That's not going to be tolerated.
We have 2 fouls by the defense, both of them after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting, number 3. We also have delay of game, sideline interference on the coaching bench of the defense. This is a 5-yard penalty. The unsportsmanlike conduct results in an automatic first down.
So an automatic first down. As the undisciplined Beasley for a moment cost his team. We've got veteran NFL and college official Terry McCauley in the booth with us. Terry?
Why is that an automatic first?
An unsportsmanlike conduct foul is always an automatic first down on the defense.
I think that's unfair talking about.
Always automatic first down.
So regardless of the yardage, it's automatic.
Correct.
Got it.
20 yards in penalties after a 17-yard sack. And Hyde now squaring those shoulders and lunging forward across midfield for a gain of 9.
That's what Ohio State love to be able to do, is get to that edge. Carlos Hyde is a beast. You've got to secure the edge. And what you saw was Quandon Christian not maintaining the edge. You went inside. You can't have that. You've got to be able to turn them back inside to your help. That time Carlos Hyde took advantage of it.
2nd and 1. Offensive coordinator kind of play here, and they go with the tap forward to Wilson. They tried to pursue it lateral, but he was able to get that surge for a first down at about the 46-yard line. A penalty flag does come in.
Personal foul, clipping, number 79 of the offense. 15-yard penalty, 2nd down.
That's Marcus Hall, the right guard.
Tess, as we were preparing for this game, we sat and watched this, both sides, but this offensive line for Ohio State is the best offensive line I've seen all season long. Now, they made a mistake. Marcus Hall made a mistake right there, but this is an extremely well-coached team. They're in unison all the time. You can see on the top side, 79, they're going to get him for that, and they did.
Remember, Marcus Hall didn't play in the Big Ten title game after being ejected from the Michigan game for fighting, and he had a certain salute for those fans as well. So now it's backed up to a 2nd and 16. Wilson again, this time the near side, and this is the speed that has so many saying he's got a bright future. You can see how he turns it on and gets it back to midfield, the freshman.
We'll set up this 3rd down. This time they do get the edge. They hold it to the outside, but now you need your inside help. You got to have the posse coming, because if not, he's going to end up hitting it, because Dontre Wilson can flat out fly. Just a freshman, tremendous speed.
Substitution infraction. 12 players in the offensive formation. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Boy, choppy early, isn't it, with these penalties?
Well, it's a big game. Sometimes that happens, and sometimes they say, you know, the players are jumpy. Look, Tess, I got to tell you, I've been around it a lot. Sometimes the coaches are jumpy, and that shows up.
Take nearly a month away from playing football. Here we are on January 3rd under the bright lights and the big stage of the Discover Orange Bowl.
This is exactly where Dabo Swinney wanted his defense to have them. 3rd and long. Right there. See that, man? Keep your eyes on him. It's Vic Beasley.
3rd down and 8. Miller had time, threw it low to the net, and he's a couple of yards short, just beyond midfield.
See what they do. They're going to punt it.
These are those situations in terms of down and distance and field position where Clemson should be in punt safe here, as Cameron Johnston heads out there, the true freshman from Geelong, Australia, and Adam Humphreys, who was charged with 2 fumbles on punt returns. And there is the fake indeed, right on cue, and Ohio State with Jeff Hireman will advance the sticks.
Excellent call. Excellent call by Urban Meyer. Knows he needs to pick something up just to get a feel for the game, and Hireman comes through. Hireman well blocked inside and just follows it.
So a fresh set of downs for Braxton Miller as he looks over his options. And just maybe a half yard for Miller as he was tracked by Spencer Shuey. And Dabo Swinney was watching that punt team out there. And look at his reaction on the Hireman fake.
Yeah, remember I told you they get a little jumpy. Well, they get a little jumpy on the sidelines as well. Hireman came in here not feeling very well. They gave him an IV before the game, but he's looked great on that play.
Had the flu, hadn't practiced since Tuesday. Flu bug was going around the Ohio State roster this week. Hyde. Look at the power by Hyde as he spins to that green line, the field goal range of Drew Basil.
Tess, you saw the power, I saw the patience. And both of them are true, because he's a powerful man, but I want you to watch how he allows his offensive line to work. Just slow it down, now burst up inside. Very rarely does he go down with one tackle. You need to bring your buddies.
Back to work he goes. And he should have enough with that mark for another Ohio State first down. The success that this offense has had, school record for the amount of plays in a season. 46.3 points a game is 4th best in the country. They're number 1 in the country in the fewest 3 and outs. They have been so consistent.
This is the area of the field that I could see Braxton Miller taking a shot.
He goes the other way after running option, and watch out for Miller. Oh, he gave a beautiful step and then lowered the pads and went right on in.
Yes, you called it. That mid-step slows the defender down. He slows his speed down. Watch. He hits another gear, and right here he's going to slow it down. You see, that's the old Walter Payton, and then he finishes it with power. I think he's terrific in terms of a pure runner.
And Drew Basil ties this game. A touchdown drive aided by Clemson penalties and a successful fake punt. And dueling quarterback touchdown runs. Taj had his, and Braxton delivers a beauty. 33-yard touchdown run from Mr. Miller.
The 2014 Discover Orange Bowl is brought to you by the Discover It card. It's a game changer. Allstate, are you in good hands? Ford, go further. Taco Bell, sometimes you gotta live Mas. And DirecTV, if you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Clemson and Ohio State players living the good life here in South Florida this week. Clemson staying at the swanky Fountain Blue, and Ohio State at the Westin Diplomat up on Hallandale Beach.
All I know is one thing. Our Maria Taylor saw that exhibition of the volleyball, and she just shook her head in disgust. She's like, they are rookies.
Former star player, our sideline reporter at Georgia. And we got headline-making quarterbacks who are as advertised, as Boyd had the 48-yard touchdown run officially, and then Braxton Miller goes for 33 yards on a touchdown run to tie this game. As Drew Basil kicks away. And Watkins takes a knee. Braxton Miller and head coach Urban Meyer. Good times in South Florida. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires that go the distance inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Beautiful night down here in South Florida. And oh, what a night it's going to be in Pasadena. Monday night on ESPN. Number 1, number 2, the Vizio BCS National Championship. Florida State looking for their first title since '99. Auburn trying to keep the magic going. Coverage begins Monday at 8. And the BCS MegaCast, so many ways to watch that game. Here's the quick game to Sammy Watkins. And a big gainer for Watkins out past midfield. 27-yard reception for Sammy Watkins.
This just kind of surprises me with Watkins. He gets to the green, and that's a really, actually, that's a very good job by Josh Perry.
Right back to it, Matt.
Yeah, the small underneath, they'll throw those things and make them and force them to have to concentrate on tackling. That's the first part. And then once they start jumping the underneath stuff, that's when they'll take their shot down the field.
See among AQ receivers how successful Watkins is with yards after the catch, leading the nation in the power conferences. That's C.J. Davidson as he gets the edge. And another Tigers first down.
See that nice block on the outside by Martavis Bryant. He's probably one of the fastest guys on the field. Again, speed. But he's a tall guy, 6'5", 200 pounds, but very willing to do the dirty work. That time he gets a nice block.
Clemson going up tempo as Roderick McDowell will join Taj Boyd in the backfield. First down. Touchdown, Watkins, his 11th of the year. Boy, oh boy, did that look all too easy against that Ohio State pass defense.
It's a beleaguered defense, and Clemson chooses to kick them when they're down. And that's what you have to do. You have Sammy Watkins. You're not going to give him any safety help. That's Von Bell, just a freshman. He's looking back. He's like, hey, where's my help? This is Watkins. And that's a beautiful job. Joey Bosa gets a hit on Taj Boyd, but he knew it and stayed with it.
Sammy Watkins just a touchdown catch away from tying Nuke Hopkins' Clemson career mark, his 26th career touchdown reception. Sammy Watkins puts them up 14-7.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
Joe Tessitore, Matt Millen, Maria Taylor with you. Clemson 14-7. Sammy Watkins on that last drive. 3 catches, 67 yards, and a 34-yard touchdown reception.
Took advantage of just a freshman, Von Bell, who was expecting help out of his 2-deep safety, and it was a little bit of a chain reaction. We'll show you how that went down.
Bradley Pinion kicking away for Clemson.
Tess, let's go back and look at this thing. This is what's called the 2-deep zone. Here's 1, here's 2. When you're in this zone, you've got to get help on, this is what's called the number 3 receiver. He's got to collect, he's got to get some kind of collision to slow him down. What can't happen is let him run clean, which is what happens because the safety now goes over the top. Von Bell, number 11, you see him looking back, he's looking for his safety help. And because that safety's gone, Sammy Watkins gets 6.
Remember Von Bell, the true freshman, starting at the nickel position tonight. Is they have 3 new starters in that defensive backfield. Bradley Roby, their star cornerback, out with an injury. Braxton Miller quickly gets it out to Philly Brown. Philly Brown, a good weapon. Let's check in with Maria.
Guys, after Vic Beasley gave up that unsportsmanlike conduct play, you should have seen Dabo Swinney on the sideline getting after him, saying, you cannot play as an individual. We have to figure out when to celebrate. There's no way they should have gone down and got a touchdown. He called his entire defense together, said they all need to get back on the same page and respect the game.
Now that defense just gave up a big gainer to Philly Brown. And
He's
there is
exactly
Vic Beasley.
right, Tess. That's a selfish play. And in a game like this, you can't have any of those selfish plays.
Now they run option and they give it to Philly Brown, and look at Brown go. Boy, they've had success getting him into space already tonight.
I like Philly Brown. He's an Eastern PA guy, and he plays like he's got some toughness to him. He's got speed, and he also has good vision because what he followed was Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde allowed him to get to that edge. Hyde got out there, nice cut down block, and Philly took care of it.
Consecutive 15-yard gains for Corey Philly Brown.
They got 2 Corey Browns, one from Pittsburgh, one from Philly. Guess what they call him? Philly and Pitt.
Makes sense, huh? Other's a defensive back. Number 3, the safety. Here's Hyde. Pressure came in from Beasley, and he got away from it. And made the most of it before Stephon Anthony was able to secure him.
That's really well done by Stephon Anthony. Stephon Anthony took an excellent angle. And did you see how Braxton Miller is trying to okey-doke him with his speed? Watch Beasley on the top. He's beating a good one right there. Newhart takes the inside, misses him. Now watch this. Slow, fast, slow, fast. Stephon Anthony comes in from inside out, uses the sideline as his help, and makes a tackle.
Dabo Swinney, Clemson's coach, said of Braxton Miller, he'll make plays that aren't there. 3 yards there to make it 2nd and 7. They go inside this time with Hyde, and Hyde hasn't been able to find much as Corey Crawford was the first to get to him.
There's a couple guys on the inside who are really good players. Grady Jarrett, number 50. That's a good football player. Now he's Jesse Tuggle's son. Jesse Tuggle used to play for the Atlanta Falcons, but Jarrett plays just like him. Plays with great leverage and toughness. He's a tough guy to move inside.
That was a 5-time Pro Bowler. Here's 3rd and 6. Batted and falls incomplete. As that was Anthony getting up to swat that away.
That's a heck of a play by Stephon Anthony. Playing that backer spot. You just saw him make a nice tackle inside out. Here comes Beasley with some pressure. Stephon Anthony with great eyes and timing. Watch him. He's eyeballing the whole thing. He's there for a reason. The reason he's there is to see if Braxton Miller takes off. He's a spy. Instead, he spies that ball, knocks it down. Well played.
Cameron Johnston trying to pin Clemson, and look at that special teams coverage downfield.
It's where the ball is. It's different from the NFL. And that was a fantastic play by Armani Reeves. Great awareness, understood exactly where he was. That's as good as it gets. College football, Reeves knows, great awareness. It's where the ball is, not his body position. And so the ball is right there on the 2-foot line.
Yeah, he can stand in the end zone, act like a hockey goalie, and just keep it away. Don't let it come in, and Reeves did just that.
This is a great opportunity for the Ohio State defense to get some field position back for its offense.
5 yards deep in his end zone is Taj Boyd. Oh, they may flag this here.
There's no receivers out there.
Let's see which way they go as they're going to conference here in the end zone. The flag
That's going to be a safety.
Down.
That's a safety.
That was Joey Bosa and Joshua Perry. And there's the opportunity you said existed for the Ohio State defense.
And it's exactly what they needed to do. That play goes back to Armani Reeves with a fantastic awareness.
Personal foul, chop block, number 79. That penalty is declined. Intentional grounding, number 10. This penalty is, the foul is in the end zone and results in a safety.
That's Joey Bosa. Bosa and Josh Perry, both of them outstanding play. You know what I love about it, Tess? I love the fact that they had the awareness. They knew somebody had to make a play. Here's Bosa up on the top side. Watch him come back inside. Beats the tackle, and then here comes Perry working off Bosa. That's just a thing of beauty.
Joshua Perry and Joey Bosa. Perry the first. Bosa cleaned it up. Boyd got rid of it. Flag came in. And Urban, that defense that's taken much criticism, and without Noah Spence, the star defensive end, and the cornerback Bradley Roby tonight, they score.
Well, that's
14-9 with the safety.
Excuse me, Tess. That's 2 plays. That's 2 plays by Joey Bosa. Just a freshman. He came on. As this season went on, Bosa got better and better. He's a South Florida guy, the big, powerful man. He's going to be a terrific player. He already is, but he's going to be something special. 275 pounds, right down here in Fort Lauderdale.
Clemson's Bradley Pinion will be kicking away after the safety, and Ohio State will get good field position.
That's an awful punt. Shouldn't let it hit the ground.
Takes a bounce and is fielded by Jordan Hall. And Hall brings it out towards the 45-yard line. So the field position game won by Ohio State. Remember, it was Reeves who downed the ball at the 1-yard line, the safety, and now the Ohio State offense takes over.
So not only did they get good field position, they got 2 points out of it.
The big plays that have us arriving at this point. It started with Taj Boyd, the 48-yard touchdown run officially marked down. And then Braxton Miller, Matt.
Braxton Miller is showing you everything he's got. He's got guile, he's got skills, and then they come back to Sammy Watkins. Exactly the people we thought would make plays are making them.
And this is the workhorse for Ohio State, Carlos Hyde, tackled by Stephon Anthony.
Just remember when we talked to Coach Meyer, he said, look, I'm going to ride that horse now. I'm going to ride Carlos Hyde 25, maybe 30 times. I'm going to stay with it.
Quick strike, but it's off the hands of Jeff Hireman. Penalty flag is down at the 45-yard line. We will check on that.
That is a missed opportunity for a touchdown. It was going to come back anyway, but well, you got to make those throws and catches. Hireman with that outside release gets to the middle of the field. There's nothing there. just a little bit outstretched, but you know, just watching Braxton Miller, he keeps moving his right arm test like there's something wrong.
The tight end was covered up by a receiver. The penalty is declined. 3rd down.
Just wondering if he didn't take a shot or something. So he keeps doing this. Usually there's a reason guys do that. Yeah.
Maria Taylor will be quick to be on that. As you see, Miller's night passing the ball 3 of 4. Did have the rush touchdown. 3rd down and 7. They bring pressure up the middle. And he goes down. As Shaq Lawson was able to get to Braxton Miller.
Tess, that's an excellent call by Brent Venables, their defensive coordinator. He gives them numbers, and he lets them move around. And then he locked up downfield. Miller wasn't able to find anything, and because of that, Shaq Lawson gets himself a sack.
You know, Ohio State's coaches were quick to say that Michigan State was the best defense they faced, but they felt Clemson was the most athletic and the fastest defense that they would face. We've seen glimpses of it at times with the pass rush.
Ooh, motion. It's going to go back another 5 yards.
Number 41 of the offense, 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
So what this Clemson defense has done here in this first quarter is they've taken away the run game and forced Braxton Miller to have to throw or use his legs to the edge. And that's exactly what they talked about on the pregame show. Let's see if they can continue to do it, and if Ohio State can solve the riddle.
Cameron Johnston with a good punt inside the 20. 3 and out for the Ohio State offense. Remember, they came in #1 in the country with the fewest 3 and outs. Clemson Tigers, of course, they had the big win against Georgia, 6 straight wins to open the season. Then they ran into Florida State back on October 19th. Also lost their final game against their rival South Carolina. The offense has been tremendous all year long with the superstar players of Boyd and Watkins and the complement of Roderick McDowell, the running back. And they go right back to Sammy Watkins, and why not when you get results like that?
Yeah, that's Sammy Watkins is a special player. He's going to be a very high pick. He's going to have a great NFL pro career. But the way they're using him right now is really smart. That's that's Chad Morris, the offensive coordinator. He does a very good job in placing him.
Roderick McDowell with a fine year this year. They thought it was going to be running back by committee, but McDowell really emerged as the man. Here is McDowell coming out of the backfield, but he couldn't hold on to it.
That stops the clock with 5 seconds. And so here's what they're doing, Tess. They're motioning. This is Chad Morris, the offensive coordinator. He's going to motion, or he sends a guy out into the flat because Ohio State is sitting in a straight zone. And so all he's doing is flooding that zone to the outside. He gives you more receivers than you have defenders. It's pretty simple.
Should be the last play of what's been a wildly entertaining first quarter. 3rd and 5. Empty set now for Boyd. Design quarterback run, and he is taken down by Jamal Marcus, who got the start tonight in place of Noah Spence. We got a fun one here in South Florida. Number 7 Ohio State, number 12 Clemson. 14-9 Tigers lead, end of 1. Glad to have you with us for the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. Alongside Matt Millen and Maria Taylor, I'm Joe Tessitore. Beautiful night, comfortable night here in South Florida. Kenyon's punt backed up Philly Brown, and the coverage followed. That first quarter had a little bit of everything, Millen. Boyd had 144 total yards, the touchdown run, the touchdown pass. Miller was awesome on the 33-yard touchdown run, and then special teams set up the Ohio State defense.
So he went into this saying, okay, they're big plays. Players have to make plays. So Taj Boyd, he scores. Sammy Watkins scores. Braxton Miller scores. What else do we want?
Hey, just keep it going for 3 more quarters, right? Carlos Hyde, as he was torn down by Stephon Anthony. Anthony's been very active early on, the middle linebacker for Clemson.
Playing very well, and he's a guy he lost his job, and then he came back. He's 245 pounds and runs extremely well. What I love about him is he takes very good angles inside out. He's not going to allow a cutback on him, so he forces you to have to keep on going sideways.
See the 121 tackles leading Clemson. 2nd and 8. Miller to pass. And that was incomplete as he was looking for Evan Spencer, and I think that may have been deflected at the line of scrimmage by Deshaun Williams.
So this
looked like that was off course just a little bit.
Yeah, so this is where Brent Venables wanted to get this Clemson defense, put him in a position to have to make Braxton Miller throw. And so what he says is we need to be able to contain him and make him beat us with his arm.
Receivers are 2 by 2 with Philly Brown to the top of your screen on 3rd and 8. Now Brown comes a little closer. Little pressure off the left side, and once again, Miller can't escape. It was Spencer Shuey and Bashaud Breeland.
Carlos Hyde had a chance to get out there and block it, and then he slipped. Watch Carlos Hyde right there. He realizes, see, this is a numbers blitz. They showed you that they were just going to come with 4, and then he brought the extra 2 off the edge, and he needs Carlos Hyde to pick up the inside guy. That doesn't happen. Shuey gets himself a sack, which is the 3rd by Clemson on the night.
So Cameron Johnston set up inside the 5 to punt away to Adam Humphries. And Humphries with the fair catch as a flag is down at the 40-yard line. Our officiating crew comes from the American Conference, headed up by John McDay tonight.
You know, Tess, just watching all these bowl games, and I've been watching every single one. I think
during the return, hold, return team, 10-yard penalty, 1st down, timeout.
I think we've had an excellent job of officiating across the board.
14-9 Clemson lead. Miller couldn't escape Spencer Shuey and Bashaud Breeland. We welcome you back to the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. See that Clemson defense, they came in #1 in the country in tackles for loss. They have 116 now.
Defensive coordinator Brent Venables, he dials up a blitz. They show you the 4-man look, okay? And then on the outside, you're in coverage here. And so what do? They bring both of these, so they give you 6. They overload the blocker. Carlos Hyde falls down. Shuey cleans it up. That's just a thing of beauty.
That time, Watkins was met. It was Armani Reeves who had that fine play and punt coverage to pin him at the 1 coming up to get Watkins.
Of course, Armani Reeves is making a start over Bradley Roby's hurt, so he can't do it. Reeves just a sophomore. It's the 2nd time he's done a nice open field tackling job.
2nd and 10 now. Roderick McDowell And McDowell gets free. He wasn't touched until he had 11.5 yards run out by C.J. Barnett.
Chad Morris, the offensive coordinator for Clemson, he understands that he can utilize his speed. He understands that Ohio State has struggled in the secondary, and Ohio State's playing them in pretty much. Here comes a blitz.
Play action. They picked up the blitz, and streaking down the sideline is Jordan Leggett. Their most athletic tight end, just a freshman. And they feel he's got a lot of upside, and he showed it there, a 43-yard reception.
This is beautiful by Taj Boyd, because Leggett just gets to the outside. They bring the corner off the edge. Boyd feels it and hits Leggett for a big play.
And now Boyd patiently looking for blocks as he gets to the 9-yard line.
What you're really seeing right now, Tess, you can see the confidence. You can see it coming from his coach. He's feeling the same thing to the young freshman, but you can see it in this offense, in this offensive line. And when you get a confident team, there's none better.
This offense has a lot of reason to be confident with what they've shown early on here, with the exception of that one play in the end zone. C.J. Davidson was met at about the 7-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down there as Ryan Shazier had the tackle. Taj Boyd in the red zone through the years. That's where he's gotten things best accomplished. 12 touchdowns framed against just 1 interception. Chad Morris, his offensive coordinator, has so much faith in him in spots like this. 3rd and 4.
He can use his legs. And he's going to.
And then he put that and got picked off trying to be cute. Von Bell, the true freshman, comes up huge for the Buckeyes.
You said it right, Tess. He was going to try to be cute and dump it over.
A rare interception in the red zone for Taj Boyd. Von Bell, money. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires that go the distance inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven.
2 mistakes on this play. I mean, he had the first down easy. Watch Sammy Watkins. He comes in Z short motion. He's going to come outside. Ball needs to be thrown right now. Okay, it wasn't. Look where the defender is. He sets his feet right at the yard mark. And he has Sammy Watkins there to block for him. Instead, he tries to get cute. Mistake number 2, and a turnaround for the Buckeyes.
Tough to explain that one over on the sideline. Hyde gets him some breathing room out past the 11-yard line.
I like Hyde's style. Hyde is going to be an excellent pro. He's got very good patience and power.
First 1,000-yard rusher Urban Meyer has coached. Came in with over 1,400 rushing yards on the year. 2nd and 3. The 3rd and about 1.5 yards as Spencer Shuey gets another tackle.
Tell you, those backers are playing well. This is a good offensive line. They've been very aggressive, and what they've been doing is they've not allowed that offensive line to be able to get the double teams. And so they are coming in fast onto those blockers and declaring it and allowing them to be able to get off blocks, hold their point, and it puts all the onus back on the runner to be able to make his choice. It's all about patience in the run game.
3rd and 1. Hyde is stacked up, and he didn't get there.
fantastic defense. That's outstanding by Grady Jarrett inside, DJ Reader inside. You got Christian, Anthony, Shuey. Those guys they are playing tough defense.
And even J-Ron Curse coming up from that free safety spot.
That's very, very good. J-Ron Curse is a special athlete, and he's just a freshman. He can run. He's got size. He's 6'4". He's 200 pounds a test. I won't be surprised if he's a linebacker by the time he's done, because he's going to grow. That kid's got some skills.
Javon Curse's nephew. This is a good bounce for Ohio State off the foot of Cameron Johnston. 3 straight 3-and-outs by Ohio State. Remember, I told you earlier, they are #1 in the country for fewest 3-and-outs. But this Clemson defense is playing up.
The 2014 Discover Orange Bowl is brought to you by Charles Schwab. Own your tomorrow. The new 2014 Lexus GX. Dare to be spontaneous. Tostitos chips and dips. Bring the party. Coke Zero. With real Coke taste and zero compromise. Coke Zero lets you enjoy everything. And AT&T. Rethink possible.
Good scene on the waterfront nearby here at the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. Joe Tessitore, Matt Millen, and Maria Taylor with you. Sammy Watkins put on a move, and he's putting on a show. A flag is down. But boy, oh boy, can Watkins shake.
Oh, man, he is fun to watch. He don't like, you see that look in his face. He's not too happy. He knows that's going against him.
There's no foul for an illegal block below the waist. Result of play is a first down.
That'll turn that frown upside down.
So John McDade go over to the head linesman Jim Casey conference for a moment, and it's a first down for Clemson.
Watch him. He's going to put a shake on right here. Ooh, that's C.J. Barnett.
29-yard gain. Little freeze option, looking for the pass, and then tucks it, runs it, flag is down. And we'll see if this stands as a run to the 37-yard line or not.
Josh Perry's down. That's not good for Ohio State. That's a good player.
Personal foul. Legal hands to the face, number 79 of the offense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
And now
Officials
Isaiah
timeout.
Battle, the right tackle for that. He's just a sophomore. Coaches have been watching him grow up over the course of the past year and try to play a bigger role.
That's right there. He was just that's a little hands to the face. That's on Steve Miller. Just kind of give him a little love, little hug right there. Got called by the officials. Good call. Isaiah Battle has gotten better as the season's gone on. Like you said, Tess, he's a young one, but he's responded. They said, look, you either do it or you don't, and he's done it.
Back to Watkins as he looked for his blocks, got 3 of Shazier, and then was run down by Barnett.
You know what I love about Chad Morris? Chad Morris says, look, we got Sammy Watkins. You know we got Sammy Watkins. You know he can make big plays. You know and so what we're going to do is we're going to give him the ball anyway because we think he can still do it. And guess what? He's responding the whole night.
Chad Morris in his 3rd year as Clemson's offensive coordinator. 2nd and 12. Penalty backed them up as they give it to Roderick McDowell. It'll be 3rd and about 6 here.
3rd and manageable. Remember, this ended up 1st and 20. So they've got themselves a chance. There's a Buckeye down.
That's Joey Bozo, slow to get up, grabbing at his left leg for a moment there. Bozo's been outstanding as a freshman with 12.5 tackles for loss, a local product from St. Thomas Aquinas, the football powerhouse here in Fort Lauderdale.
He just got on the back of the knees there. Sometimes you get scared. Hopefully that's all it is.
So as they tend to Bozo, we remind you there's more bowl action coming up Sunday On ESPN, it's the GoDaddy Bowl. Sunbelt versus the MAC. Arkansas State against Ball State. Keith Wenning, good quarterback for Ball State. That's Sunday at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
We've seen a bunch of Sammy Watkins tonight, and with good reason. They came out and said, look, we have Sammy Watkins. We don't think you can stop him. And so they've gotten the ball to him early and often. You leave him alone on a freshman, he takes advantage. You're going to play a zone, let him have space, he'll take advantage. They handed him the ball to the inside. He's just as good running the ball as he is catching the ball. He's just a terrific player.
Matt, 7 catches, 120 yards already here in this first half. 8 100-yard receiving games this year for Sammy Watkins.
He's special good, Tess. I mean, everybody knows, everybody's talking about him. He's going to be a high pick. He'll do the same thing at the next level that he's doing here.
So Joey Bosa,
that's a good
walks
sign.
Off the field with the medical staff. And as he's testing that leg, needing no help in getting to the sideline. Adolphus Washington will come in for the freshman from Fort Lauderdale, who they will examine further there. 3rd down and 6. Watkins and DJ Howard in the backfield in this formation for 3rd and 6. And quickly they go to Martavis Bryant, and Martavis turns it on an inside move, and it'll be a first down for Clemson at the 22.
This is a tentative defense. They're afraid right now. They brought the corner blitz. That safety's got to get over there fast. It's Tyvis Powell. You've got to get over there and come down with the right angle. He didn't do it.
Boyd, look for the screen, then avoids pressure somehow, and a good run inside the 10 by Taj Boyd.
These guys have brought their A game, Tess. This was a great. He went with a pump and tried to get down the side. It wasn't there. He just kept on going. His left guard, Beasley, was more faked out than the Ohio State defense.
Pitch, McDowell. Eventually, they found him as Joshua Perry cleaned things up.
Listen to this. I love Josh Perry. That's, boy, Hot Rod McDowell, that's a couple of nice spin moves.
But then he found a seat.
And Perry planted him pretty quickly.
2nd and goal. Look at that Clemson offensive total so far. Here's the fade. And there's the touchdown. 6'5", Martavis Bryant.
That's against Amani Reeves. That's a heck of a catch, Tess. He goes up over Reeves and pulls that one down. Reeves had a chance if he could have got his head around. Watch how he ends up finishing this thing. Bryant just goes up over the top, and Reeves, had he been able to get his head around, would have had a chance. Instead, it's 6.
Ooh, that's off the upright. Chandler Catanzaro. So the missed extra point, but the 6 on the front end from the junior receiver, Martavis Bryant. Saturday afternoon on ESPN2. #1 seed North Dakota State. They're looking to win their 3rd straight FCS championship. They take on Towson, the Tigers, the NCAA FCS championship presented by Northwestern Mutual. It'll be Saturday at 2 Eastern on ESPN2.
And North Dakota State's got some good players.
They sure do. Very good program there.
I had a chance to watch them a couple times on tape, and they do it right.
20-9 is our score. Look at the total yards. Clemson 321 to Ohio State's 105. Time of possession, you look at that, a lot of coaches, especially in college football, will tell you the most useless stat that you could throw at them. Dontre Wilson on the return here. The flag is down as Wilson gets out close to the 25-yard line. By the way, the missed extra point by Catanzaro, his first of the year. He was 58 of 58 up until that point.
Holding, number 20. During the return, 10-yard penalty, first down.
He pointed the wrong way. It should have been pointing to the Ohio State side.
Correction, receiving team, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Look at the Ohio State offense, and the 3 and outs is something we've been highlighting because they haven't done that all year long. They're the best in the country with the fewest 3 and outs. Sacked 3 times. And Braxton Miller's got great feet, right, great escapability, but
3.5 yards of play. You know what that means, Tess? That means that this Clemson defense is playing extremely well.
The top 8 defense nationally in third down conversion. A few other stats. They were top 25. And they're meeting the challenge tonight. Now Braxton Miller, you don't want him in open space as he will move the chains for the Buckeyes.
But Tess, the reality is that's what they need to exploit. They've got to put the ball on his legs. They've been daring him to throw the football. They don't want him running the ball.
Seven rushes, 14 yards, 4 sacks. Big part of the negative total going the other way. Carlos Hyde bounced off the first man, but then Deshaun Williams was able to corral him. Spencer Shuey the first to get in there.
Let me show you exactly what I meant by them getting into the linemen as quickly as possible. Watch these linebackers. Watch how quickly they attack. See, they're down and they take the double teams off the down linemen, and then it declares it and it becomes a one-on-one battle across the board. That's fantastic job by Anthony and Shuey.
Talked about those linebackers having to dictate and declare as fast as they can, and they've done that well against Hyde and Miller. And he had nowhere to go. Another penalty marker is thrown in the mix.
That was going to be a shovel pass to Carlos Hyde underneath.
Holding, 71 of the offense, 10-yard penalty, second down.
That's the first team all Big Ten center Corey Linsley who gets tagged with the holding.
The penalty will be declined, third down.
They had a loss on the play, and it'll set up third and about 12.
Burn the down, put them in a third and long.
Yes, this is where Clemson's defense has been fantastic. Brent Venables has dialed the blitzes. He's kept Braxton Miller in the pocket. See if they can do it again.
Buckeyes have only converted 1 third down so far tonight. They only bring 3 and then a spy. And a strike for a first down of Philly Brown.
Nicely done in terms of protection, and then well done by Braxton Miller. He had patience and allowed this to come clean. Sitting in the pocket, no panic, just watching him come across. Here comes Philly Brown, a little bit behind him. But a pickup of 18 on 3rd and 12, that's a big play. He's still doing that test. Something's wrong.
Yeah, loosening up that right arm. We've been seeing that for quite some time now, working that right shoulder. Urban's team down 11 here. Under 4 minutes to play in the half. Play action. Miller
wide open.
Downfield. He wants it, and he's got it. Jeff Hireman inside the 10, into the end zone. Boy, oh boy, did they need that. 57-yard touchdown reception for Hireman.
That's what happens when you're so concerned about the running game.
And that was blocked. So Clemson misses a PAT off the upright and then blocks a PAT of Drew Basil, and the unique score of 20-15.
A little bit of a high snap, but they just got a good push test. Let's go back to the touchdown and what they did. They blew a coverage. Jaron Kearse is going to be right here. Okay, they're going to come back in motion. Shuey comes off the side. This is locked up man. Here goes Hireman right down inside. Somebody blew the coverage on Carlos Hyde. I don't know who it was. But Kearse, see his eyes are out, and he goes outside to Hyde. Somebody, one of those backers had to pick that up because the tight end should have been covered by the safety.
Jeff Hireman in the best of that Clemson defense that time. You know, he had a tough week, didn't practice since Tuesday, had the flu, needed an IV before kickoff today just to hydrate and get ready to go out there and compete. As Basil kicks away, and Sammy Watkins will have a chance now. And he was just tripped up as he was trying to catch a seam there at about the 25-yard line.
He is fun to watch.
Sure is. This first half has had a little bit of everything, hasn't it, Mr. Millen?
Yes, it has, and it's not over yet. Taj Boyd has been everything he's supposed to be. Sammy Watkins has been more. Braxton Miller has showed up. Carlos Hyde has showed up. This Clemson defense has showed up. And now we need this Ohio State defense to pick up its part.
This is Hopper. Jermon Hopper will push it out to the 31-yard line.
Quietly, this offensive line from Clemson is playing extremely well. Saw the nice block earlier by Tyler Shatley and Brandon Thomas, and they're holding up in this pass game well.
2nd and 8. As McDowell tries to find some room. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Jamal Marcus with the tackle there. Joey Bosa back in the game. Remember, he left not long ago, coming off the field with the medical staff. And now he's down again.
It's just watching him, Tess. He's not the same. He's not the same guy.
They taped him up there, as you can see, Matt, but they're going to go out and have to deal with him again.
Yeah, did you see that look he gave the trainer? That's like, look, I can't do that.
Let's go down to the field to Maria, who has more.
Yeah, guys, when Bosa left earlier, they retaped his left ankle. It looked like he was having a little bit of hard struggle trying to walk on it, but then he was able to sprint a little bit, so he went back into the game. Trainers told me that he was fine, so we'll see what this injury is now.
Matt, is that one of those situations where they'll tell a kid, hey, let's go out there and test it, give it a go, we'll see what we come up with?
Yeah, well, what happens is, you know, running is one thing, pushing off of it and redirecting, that's something completely different. Bosa's a tough guy. I mean, we know that, and he's gonna fight every way he can. Just a freshman. He's got some game to him, but when it comes to anchoring your hips, sitting down, holding on, you know, engaging a blocker and then having to redirect, that's a lot of pressure on an injured ankle.
Urban says Joey Bosa may end up being the best defensive end he's been around. He's had 5 first-rounders from that position.
Big down here for OSU.
3rd and 5. But look at that hole. Ball came loose as McDowell was trying to surge ahead for the line to make it. It'll depend on the spot as Michael Bennett forced it for a moment, free of McDowell.
Oh, he's got to be close. It looks like they're
saying
he got
the
it.
chains.
Yeah, they got
They're just going to give it a look on that unofficial yellow line. As the crew said, 1st down, Clemson. That's Watkins now in the backfield with Boyd. And they go with the little short inside reverse. And they get it to the 45-yard line. That tight confine of reversing the ball there.
And they get it right back to Hot Rod McDowell. He's a good little player. You want to see him a little bit thicker, but he's got good movement, good vision, takes advantage of the inside run game, picks up 6.
Second and 4. Here comes Sammy. Past midfield for a first down. Coming up on the Buick halftime report. Chris Fowler, David Pollack, Brian Greasy going to join us from Pasadena. First half analysis. Jameis Winston spoke up out west. Dierks Bentley's going to perform here at the Discover Orange Bowl. Always traditionally one of the great halftimes in all of football.
Sammy Watkins has been enjoying catching these balls versus his zone. The guy who's really been doing a nice job is Adam Humphries blocking.
Boyd wants to go downfield for Bryant, and it went through his arms as he was battling with Armani Reeves.
That's a nice job by Reeves. Way to fight it for field position. I mean, for position on the ball. Did a really nice job, and what he did a good job of was taking away the outside. See how he forces them to the outside? That means the quarterback has to throw it in a tiny little spot. Bryant had a shot at it, but Reeves played it well.
Here's Boyd again. And they go with the screen. McDowell lost his footing a bit.
Tackled himself.
He was waiting for Tyler Shapley to set a block and then lost his footing. Minute 21 remaining in the half. Ohio State got the stop, got the score. They could use their defense to step up right here in a spot like this, Matt.
Yeah, they're going to have to, and they really haven't. Now you take Joey Bosa out of the picture, and that's arguably their best front defensive player. And so somebody's got to be able to step up, because what Clemson's been able to do is take advantage of the zone coverage that they've been playing. They haven't locked up much in man. They haven't blitzed them very often. If you're going to do that, you're going to have to be a better tackling team than what we've seen right now.
Remember the Ohio State defense without a couple of star players. Noah Spence suspended, a Big Ten rules violation, and their star cornerback Bradley Roby is out with an injury, and now Joey Bosa not at 100%. Off to the sidelines for Coach Urban Meyer's defense that has struggled against the pass over the course of recent games. 3rd and 5. Can they come up with a stop here against Sammy Watkins and Taj Boyd? And they do, as Jamal Marcus made a nice play there.
Jamal Marcus has had a nice half. Yeah, he's played pretty well. Nice job of understanding where the pass and throw is coming. See, he gets his hands down. They tried to cut him, and then he just elevates. They were trying to get the ball to Humphries. This was a good read by Taj Boyd. What they did, they took Sammy Watkins and spread him to the outside. That opened it up inside for Humphries. But because he was able to get his hands up, knock it down, it sets up this 4th down, which they're comfortable with going.
So 4th down and 5 from just inside the 41. Play clock is down to 6 as they already are approaching the line, and Sammy Watkins is calling for a timeout as they will talk it over with a minute 16 remaining in this first half. Take a look at tonight's good hands play brought to you by Allstate. Remember, Taj Boyd had a chance to extend the lead, and the freshman Von Bell was in the right place and made the right play.
Great awareness by Von Bell, and poor awareness right there by Taj Boyd. Probably the only bad decision he's made here tonight.
That's a good hands play brought to you by Allstate. Von Bell coming up big. Well, he was a 5-star recruit, a huge signing day get for Ohio State.
He's going to do nothing but get better. So you have a minute, yeah, and a minute 16. And so what Dabo Swinney is saying, look, I'm willing to take a chance because my defense has been playing extremely well, and we only have a $1.16 to be able to hold them if we don't get it.
Here's your 4th and 5. McDowell, can he get to the edge? As he extends that ball And that mark looks like it's short. And it was Von Bell who came in as there is a flag down. Levin came in right at the end there. Let's see how they call this. Von Bell came flying in at the end there.
Oh, I see
Ohio
one coach
State's
is not
upset.
too happy with it. Yep.
Urban Meyer. See him pointing right there at Ben
The result of
Vasconcelos.
the play is that the runner was tackled short of the line to gain. After the play was over, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 26 of the defense. This is a 15-yard penalty. Ball will be Ohio State's 1st and 10.
They're going to get Armani Reeves on this at the end of the play.
Well, the most important part is they make the play right there. Reeves gets him out of bounds. And then Bell, that's tough call now.
It was what we originally said, that it was Von Bell flying in at the end
is
there.
now under video review.
Urban's not a happy camper. They're going to review the line to gain to see if he did get the 1st down. The funniest shot they had was when the official was walking towards Urban and he goes, "And you called it." See how he had the ball extended? That's what they're going to check to see if the ball was extended when he steps out. Ooh, that's close. It's not that foot. It's the next foot that goes out. So where's the right there? It touches.
Let's bring in our referee in the booth with us, Terry McCauley, to take us through the situation, both the line to make and the penalty on Bell. Terry?
Yeah, we're going to have to see that when the ball crosses the sideline, it has clearly reached the line to gain, and I don't think there's enough there to change
After
it.
video review, the ruling on the field stands.
Right.
1st down and 10, Ohio State.
So it's a 1st down for Ohio State based on not making the line there. As they stop them short.
That's a tough call on the sideline when you're a defender and you're coming through and it's a critical situation and you want to be able, you start your hitting motion in the field, and that time it just happened to carry him out. Armani Reeves got the flag.
So the turnover on downs. And here's Carlos Hyde on the reception.
Keep in mind, Ohio State has all 3 timeouts remaining.
That's Evan Spencer, the junior receiver for Ohio State, who's lying flat on his face.
That's Timmy Spencer's son.
That is Tim Spencer, who's a great running back at Ohio State.
His right
see that
leg
at the
got
end of the
pinned.
play. Yeah. You see the running back as well as the tackler, Stephon Anthony, coming in and collapsing on Evan Spencer, who now they have turned over to his back and attending his lower extremities there.
The good news was his foot wasn't stuck in the ground. It did slide with it.
And he's considered their best blocking receiver.
So Ohio State will use one of its timeouts here so they don't get a 10-second runoff, and that's smart football.
Let's remind you of what you're in store for come Monday night with what we're terming the BCS Megacast. 8 different ways to watch #1 Florida State and #2 Auburn. At ESPN2 we'll have BCS Title Talk. You're going to be in the BCS film room, Matt, on ESPN News.
That one right there. That's going to be fun.
What are we in store for with that?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to have a live game, and we're going to break it down like you would if you were in coaches meetings. We'll be very technical. You'll see. We'll talk about coverages. We'll talk about hand place, just the minute details of what is actually going on in the game.
Evan Spencer wincing as he comes off the field. I believe former Buckeye star Chris Spielman's going to be with you.
Yeah, Chris, who's only two doors down here, is doing radio with our Sean McDonough.
Sean and Chris have the national radio call this Discover Orange Bowl. So look forward to the mega cast on Monday night. 8 different ways to watch the national championship game. 58 seconds remain. 2nd and 4. And here is Philly Brown as he gets it out to the 42-yard line. Two timeouts remaining for Ohio State as they move the chains and the clock gets going again. Here's Braxton Miller across the middle and complete to Nick Vannett. And Ohio State is in shape here.
Well, they wanted his arm. They're getting his arm.
Play action. Half a minute to go. He had time, spins free, and then gets rid of it.
That's smart. Well played by Braxton Miller. Great awareness. Understood the rule, had to get outside that box, and then just flicked it beyond the line of scrimmage. Well done. Eyes are downfield. There's nothing there in coverage, so he just bails.
Number 8 of the defense. There's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
There's a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's going to put him into the field goal range of Drew Basil. Ball was on the 42, and now they will march it all the way down to the 27. Basil's got a good leg. He was nailing them in pregame warmups from everything 52 yards and in. So 24 seconds remain. Ohio State looking to cut into this 5-point lead and or take the lead.
Yeah, you want 6, you don't want 3.
And it's Wilson coming in motion. Play action. Miller downfield inside the 5. First and goal as Philly Brown secures it.
That's another blown coverage. There's nobody over the top. You see the safety in the corner standing right next to each other. That should not happen. Looks like Kearse is a little bit out of sorts there. He had that look like, where was I supposed to be? There's no way you should have your corner and your safety standing in the same zone right there.
Ohio State will use a timeout. 1 remaining for Urban Meyer. 17 seconds to go in the half. Show you the 15-yard penalty that advanced the ball before that pass to Philly Brown.
That's a face mask. Scarius Robinson. He got hands to the face, and it was right there. That's what you should call.
So the turnover on downs on one end. They went to replay to see. Then Ohio State and Braxton Miller coming up with a few big plays, that 1 penalty, and now they're knocking on the door to take the lead.
It's time for Braxton Miller's legs.
And he crashes right through that door. The Buckeyes go up.
He's a dangerous man when those feet are churning. Takes Carlos Hyde. See how he attacks the line of scrimmage. And then a strong man as well. There was an opportunity to make the tackle. He just ran right through it.
Second rushing touchdown of the night for Braxton Miller. Remember, Basil's last PAT was blocked. And this one is true. great surge by the Buckeyes just before the half.
It's a nicely blocked play by this offensive line. And see how he attacks it with Carlos Hyde. His eyes are up, and then he pulls it. But look at the offensive line. See, Kearse had him right there. Instead, he tacked Hyde. What to that Miller had the ball. Miller powered it in.
I love your point of how Braxton Miller will take those aggressive steps almost into the line of scrimmage, unlike a lot of quarterbacks do, before pulling it off that dive. But the story of the night, and we set it up, the headline makers, the star attractions, the quarterback battle. And Taj Boyd and Braxton Miller have not disappointed at all.
Interestingly, when you look at this thing, the feel of this game through this first half was that Ohio State's been outplayed, and yet they're winning. That's a great sign for them.
356 total yards for Clemson to 254 for Ohio State. A 2-point margin. They had a safety earlier, but we've had a little bit of everything. Special teams, defense scoring, outstanding quarterback play, and a turnover on downs moments ago that set up the Buckeyes. And on the squib here, and get the return as Roderick McDowell is still making his way out to midfield with 3 seconds remaining. Remember, Clemson left some points on the board. There was the interception by Von Bell. There were the missed opportunities, and this safety, the difference on the scoreboard right now. And then this, as the freshman Bell, his first start, went up high and came down with it. How about off the upright? As both kickers miss PATs. 3 seconds remain here for Taj Boyd to air it out.
Let's see if they can't get the ball down the field. Keep in mind, Bryant is 6'4".
Now Boyd's just going to run this thing out here as he was being pursued by Shazier.
That was well done by Shazier. He did not let him get any kind of angle and got him out of bounds.
Let's go down to the field to Maria.
Coach, you moved the chains very easily on that final drive on offense. What was working for you guys in that drive?
I think we're going to spread them out. They're loading the box on us, and Braxton's throwing the ball good, so we got to spread them out a little bit.
Well, Taj Boyd has passed for over 200 yards. How do you contain some of that passing offense?
As long as we keep the ball in front of him, he's going to get some yards, but we're doing a good job keeping the ball in front of us.
All right, thanks.
It wasn't until the final moments that Ohio State took its first lead of the game. 22-20. Buckeyes on top here in the Discover Orange Bowl. After the break, Chris Fowler, David Pollack, Brian Greasy will join us from Pasadena for the Buick Halftime Report. We welcome you back to the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl.
It's a new day, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel.
Number 7 Ohio State with a 22-20 lead over number 12 Clemson. Braxton Miller, a big reason why Taj Boyd has also been exceptional in a wild first half. Matt Millen. Ohio State, there was a point there where they trailed 20-9 as we take a look at tonight's Taco Bell touchdown spotlight. Critical moment. They needed the big score. Braxton Miller went down the field and he found Jeff Hireman.
Yeah, and what essentially was a blown coverage. But what he did do is they went play action first, and they drew up the backers inside. But that is going to take the safety, Jaron Kearse. He's got to be able to stay on the coverage. See the eyes in the backfield. They're paying attention to that. And then Kearse takes his eyes off his coverage, which is Hireman, and Hireman gets 6 quick. Big play when they needed it. Changed the game.
57-yard touchdown pass to Jeff Hireman as Ohio State will receive the second half kickoff. Dontre Wilson and Jordan Hall back for Bradley Pinion's kick. It's a big boot that'll go for the touchback. Let's go down to the field to Maria Taylor.
Well, Dabo Swinney says it's basically missed opportunities that have them down right now. Said that Vic Beasley unsportsmanlike penalty, that's going to hold them against the defense. But also he said those busted coverages, you mentioned a second ago, Matt, that they need to do a better job, especially his safeties, knowing what coverage they're in and staying in position. That was one of his focuses in the locker room. He also talked to Taj Boyd, just staying calm in the moment right now. No unnecessary plays.
Thanks, Maria. Empty set here on first down for Braxton Miller as now Hyde joins him in the backfield. And Hyde takes it to the 31-yard line, taken down by Spencer Shuey.
Just to expand on what Maria, in terms of talking with Dabo Swinney, is the safeties are a big deal. They have to play well in this game. And that's, in particular, Jaron Kearse. He's just a freshman. And he's active up front, but a couple times it looked like he dropped his coverage. You can't have that.
Hyde showed good leg drive there to get the first down. Now they're sticking with Hyde. This is exactly what Urban Meyer really wanted to do, and he put that game plan together. He said, quote unquote, we will ride the horse. 25 plus carries sounds good.
What he's doing right now is just taking a page from the end of the game, the end of the first half rather. He's just going, hurry up. He's going to wear them out. He's going to let that offensive line, which is a good offensive line, he's going to let them start working on that defensive front.
Heavy dose of Carlos Hyde here.
Third and short.
Open up this second half. Third down and a short one. And the one time Braxton Miller keeps it, Vic Beasley finds him for a tackle for loss, and defensive coordinator Brent Venables is loving that.
That's a nice job by Vic Beasley of staying on course. See, he's got the mesh. That's just a great job of staying on it. Beasley has a little, his reaction was a little bit lower than the last time when he got the 15.
Not that throat slash we saw earlier. Cameron Johnston on to punt away. And the Aussie gives a good boot. And the fair catch down inside the 15 by Adam Humphries.
Well, Taj Boyd started this game hot, opened the scoring with a nice run, and he needs to continue that. He can use his legs to be able to make some yards, but the whole key for this one is Sammy Watkins on the outside.
Boy, Watkins was awesome in that first half. Had 8 catches for 130 yards and a touchdown. He's over on the bench right now. C.J. Davidson comes in motion, and a relaxed Taj Boyd patiently waited for things to open up there.
That's impressive. You know, a lot of guys, they just kind of run in there. But these, you're seeing some real good patience from both Carlos Hyde and also from Taj Boyd. Let your offensive line do their job. Just get in behind them. They'll take you there.
Here's that tap ahead to C.J. Davidson. As Davidson has been used more and more tonight, the sophomore, a former walk-on from a local high school who's a track guy. We feel he's the fastest player on the team.
Another speed guy. Now keep in mind, this little tap thing, that is a pass. That counts toward passing yardage. Davidson just uses his speed and picks it up.
Now Roderick McDowell. That's on the left side there. Of course, those little tap passes that you refer to as Sammy Watkins is back in there. Remember Tavon Austin a few years ago against Clemson down here in the Orange Bowl as Geno Smith set a record with 6 touchdown passes. And a few of them coming by way of that. 2nd and 3. Here's Sammy. Oh. As Watkins hits that next gear.
Tess, tell you, the guy who's having a great game is Adam Humphries. He's the slot receiver. He has been blocking everybody in front of him tonight. You've asked him to block. He's done it in spades, and Sammy Watkins has taken advantage of Humphries blocking.
Davidson lost the ball. He corralled it just before Jamal Marcus corralled him. And they're going to bring this back to the line of scrimmages. That was a forward incomplete pass.
Yeah, we just got done talking about it. Boy, that's as close to a...
I mean, that's as close to a handoff as you can get to be claimed as an incomplete pass. What a technicality that is. And Ohio State's defense with Joey Bosa, who left earlier in Adolphus, Washington, finding Taj Boyd. Bosa left with that taped up ankle earlier tonight.
Well, they took an inside move, and he just goes right by Kalen Davis, number 67. Came on a slant move. Bosa's tough. Now he's playing with pain. That's probably a little better football through medicine there, but he's tough.
3rd and 19. This large Ohio State group of supporters here getting loud. Boyd looking over the options, searching to find one as he launches it downfield. And it's incomplete as he was looking for Mike Williams to bail him out. He was covered by Tyvis Powell.
Tyvis Powell never left his coverage. He stayed with it the whole time. Excellent job by Tyvis Powell. Things are going on in the backfield. You do not keep your eyes in the backfield. If you're in man coverage, you stay in man coverage. If you're a zone and you have the deep third, it essentially is man coverage. Little jostling going on. They let him play. Well played.
Bradley Pinion on to punt. Set the Clemson record for most punts inside the 20 this year. As Philly Brown takes the fair catch, and Ohio State will have the ball and a 2-point lead here in the 80th Discover Orange Bowl. The flag is down at the 46-yard line in the midst of that.
During the kick,
punt.
A holding, number 20 of the receiving team, 10-yard penalty, 1st down. Timeout.
So Braxton and the boys will be back to business when we return to South Florida.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
Just a comfortable evening down here at Sun Life Stadium, where Ohio State has a 22-20 lead in the Discover Orange Bowl. Joe Tessitore, Matt Millen, Maria Taylor. You think Urban Meyer, Matt, wants to try to break this defense's will a little bit?
Yeah, and I think the way he's going to try to do it again is with pace.
There's Miller. That ball was batted. They're ruling it incomplete. They're saying it was a forward pass, as it was Vic Beasley who made the defensive play.
Vic Beasley quietly has put together a pretty darn good night here. That was going to be a backward pass, but Beasley did knock it down. There's a
holding. Number 17 in the defense against an eligible receiver. 10-yard penalty. Results in a 1st down.
Well, there was a late defensive holding call there on Bashaud Breeland. So that'll give Ohio State a 1st down.
And it was on the outside, so that tip pass doesn't really mean anything.
Brent Venables, defensive coordinator, his 2nd year at Clemson, came over from Oklahoma. Dontre Wilson able to make that move and get some yardage there.
Here's the hold on Breeland on the outside. Yeah, that would qualify. It's on Devin Smith.
Breeland, a junior cornerback, their most productive defensive back this year with 4 interceptions. But flag for the penalty there. 4 yards on that last play by Wilson. Here's Miller now. Smooth as could be, effortless, just getting to the edge.
You know what he does a great job of? Once he starts running, he'll slow it down in between, and that causes the defender to have to slow down also. But here's the key. Braxton Miller's stop and start is faster than anybody else is on the field, and so he gains ground when he does that.
He knows that his 0 to 60 is better, so he wants you to buy in to that stutter step, to that slow down, engage him in that, mirror him, and then he's going to accelerate.
He's used that quite a bit here tonight.
Hyde on first down. They've been working the big back. Hasn't broken one yet, but just steady like the waves hitting the shore.
They just keep on pounding that inside, and pretty soon it's going to come your play action.
There's the Braxton Miller first half with play action tonight. 21.6 yards per attempt when he goes play action, and that touchdown pass. Second and 6, maybe an opportunity to draw the backers up, see if they bite. Play clock is running down. Miscommunication with Hyde, and still Miller makes the most of it. What did Dabo say about Miller making plays that aren't there?
Here it is. They blew this one completely. And you got a free hitter standing right in the hole. Stephon Anthony was unblocked. He cut back inside, picked up the first down.
Urban raves about his short area quickness, his elusiveness. He is great in tight space. Another first down for the Buckeyes. Pressure up the middle. They pick it up. He launches it downfield. It looks like there was contact against Philly Brown, and he draws the flag as the coverage came from Darius Robinson.
Robinson did bump him. Philly Brown did a nice job of making sure the officials knew he got bumped.
Number 8 of the defense. Then it results in an automatic first down.
Yeah, so in the second half, Clemson's coming out with a bunch of mistakes. Here's Philly Brown. Now it has a hold to the top shoulder. Yeah, they're going to call that every time. He can complain all he wants. Next time he complains, he should take his hands off of the receiver. He had his coverage. He didn't need to put his hands on.
So Ohio State to the Clemson 41-yard line. Wilson and Hyde in the backfield together. Wilson motions out, and they get it to him in space with a block in front and a quick burst.
Nice job by Philly Brown of picking up that block. And one of the things that they're doing, if you notice Braxton Miller, and he's slapping, listen to this. You hear that slap?
Yep.
See, they're doing that test because they have found that cuts through all the noise when they're at the line of scrimmage, and the linemen can hear it better than any kind of verbal signal, so they do that. And all that does is it gives them that snap right there. That lets them know he's ready. Snap it whenever you want.
That's it. We've seen, of course, through the years, the leg raised to the center and the shotgun, or just flat out screaming, trying to get over the crowd. But
Exactly.
Here it is with Miller slapping his hands.
Yeah, it's interesting. They found that slap cuts through everything, and the lineman can tune into that. And once that slap comes, that ball, it's on the discretion of the center. He can snap it anytime. All it's saying is, I'm ready whenever you are.
3rd and 3. He's looking for space and dives ahead.
That's a heck of a cutback.
And you see the linesman coming in with that mark very close to that line to make as Todd Reese came surging in. I don't know if he's got it based on that. And I don't know if that's necessarily the best spot as the fist goes up for 4th down. As Urban is saying, get to the line. 4th down and 1.
Gotta hold the edge.
previous play is under video review.
So they're going to review this. We'll take a look at that mark there as we will take a short break and come back and hear what the replay official has to say about it. This was Braxton there trying to get that line.
The 2014 Discover Orange Bowl is brought to you by the Discover It card. It's a game changer. Innovation that excites. Gatorade. When you put in the hard work, you can win from within. And Vizio Fandemonium. Go to VizioFanZone.com and outshout your rival to push your team to victory.
Welcome back to the Discover Orange Bowl. They said Braxton Miller did not make that line, Matt.
This is a heck of it. Watch this. See this line right there? That's the line to make. And it's not where the hand is. The hand is fine. It's the forearm. See the forearm right there? Right there, it goes down. I tell you what, that's an outstanding spot. It doesn't get any better than that. Knees down, forearms down. It's where the ball is when he touches. That's a great spot.
So the play stands. Great job by line judge Todd Reese from this American Conference crew led by John McDade on that spot. So it is 4th down and 1 for Ohio State. Carlos Hyde, he slithers through inside the 20, High steps his way inside the 5. 1st and goal for Urban Squad.
Great patience, great power.
Over and in, Carlos Hyde.
There's the ball. It's over the line. That's a good call.
Another look right there on the goal line, reverse angle.
Watch him extend.
Yep.
There you go. It's a great picture.
What did we say about the play calling and the style and the disposition of just trying to break their will, trying to get after them, pound them?
You said it. Pound him. So what did he do? He's turned this game over to his offensive line and the power of Carlos Hyde.
4th down conversion, and they got the payoff. 29-20. OHIO.
The 2014 Discover Orange Bowl is brought to you by the Discover It card. It's a game changer. Nissan and the all-new Rogue. Nissan, innovation that excites. Gatorade, when you put in the hard work, you can win from within. And Vizio Fandemonium. Go to VizioFanZone.com and outshout your rival to push your team to victory.
Always a good scene down there on South Beach, and look at this scene with aero coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires that go the distance inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Joe Tessitore, Matt Millen, Maria Taylor here at the 80th Discover Orange Bowl. Ohio State 29-20 on top of number 12 Clemson.
Tess, let's see how Clemson reacts to a little adversity.
That guy helps. Sammy Watkins, they could use him in the return game here. See if Drew Basil gives him a chance.
Yep.
And Watkins slides down just beyond the 15. Let's look at the Buick BCS look ahead. Come Monday night, Matt, Auburn and Florida State.
That is going to be an absolutely great game. Nick Marshall, underrated. Offensive line, underrated. Timmy Jernigan, big-time player. Devontae Freeman, Jameis Winston, Kelvin Benjamin. There are so many players that can make plays on both sides of the ball.
Kelvin Benjamin, the Florida State wide receiver, at 6'5", 234 pounds. And he's going to be a matchup nightmare for Auburn. But we will see how it plays out. And Sammy Watkins, you need him to play a significant role now here in this second half. A flag did come down there.
Number 40 of the offense. This penalty's half the distance to goal line. First down.
Terrell Smith, the H-back blocking tight end, flagged that time.
A little bit more adversity. This is always the part of the game. See, right now this has the feel like Clemson can let it slip. They can't do that. They've got to find a way. Somebody's got to make a play.
Dabo said there were missed opportunities. Feels like a third quarter passing by right in front of them where they've been harmless and have had little opportunity for anything. Now 1st and 17. Hopper shakes free for a moment and then is driven down by the true freshman Von Bell, who had that great interception earlier.
You heard Urban Meyer tell Maria Taylor right before the half that they're just going to be okay. You're just going to play and let things develop in front of you. That usually means they're going to play mostly zones. And if you're going to be playing in the zone, just flood the zones and take what the defense gives you, and you'll be fine. Here's a 2 deep right now.
Second and 12. There's Sammy Watkins. And Sammy Watkins just putting down a shoulder that time and running right through Ryan Shazier.
Well, I tell you, these guys they've lived up to the billing. Watch him right here. He make a decision. He's just going to turn it into power. That's impressive. Look at this.
That's the Big Ten's leading tackler in Shazier, who's being driven back before he wrestles down Watkins. 3rd down and 1. C.J. Davidson in motion again. Taj Boyd snapped up. Can he get 3 there? Wrestled down for a loss. Joshua Perry with a fine play.
Perry along with Powell, but it was really Perry. Perry read it, and because of the defensive line taking care of the initial momentum. See, they stuffed it right there. There was nowhere to go. And then Perry just holds on and finishes it off. That's well done by his defensive line.
Philly Brown awaits the pinion punt. And he muffed it. He muffed the punt, and Clemson falls on it. That's Robert Smith with the turnover. And it was good hang time at 4.65 by Bradley Pinion. 4.65, and Philly Brown gave it away.
Philly Brown should have known that he had that nice hang time. This needed to be fair caught. Instead, he started to run before he had control. The net result is a turnover. Watch, he starts to bail right here. See? Just a tad.
So what were we saying about opportunities for Clemson here in this second half? A third quarter that was just going by them. Well, now it's arrived. A chance. Here's Taj Boyd. And he was met and stuck hard by Thomas Powell.
Thomas Powell does a nice job. He's a safety. He's going to come down fast. Safeties, when they come down like that, all they're doing is they're filling to feel. You see an opening, you fill it. Powell did a great job.
2nd and 7, play action, pressure, and he had to throw it into the feet of McDowell as Joey Bosa is playing much better here in the second half post-injury. He's been limping around, but putting forth a spirited and full effort.
Dabo Swinney is not very happy about no hit on his quarterback. Watch Taj Boyd. Here comes Bosa. He's holding. Oh, that's the late hit at the end. That's what he's looking at on Hot Rod right there.
He's saying that Ryan Shazier took a shot at him after the ball was Thrown into the ground in front of McDowell.
Better forget that. You got a 3rd and long here.
3rd and 7.
He can run for it.
To the end zone he goes. Where Sammy is. Offensive coordinator Chad Morris said you can literally hear the ball plucked out of the air by Sammy Watkins. That's exactly what he just did.
Well, he plucked that bad boy. Boyd had the whole side open. He could have easily run for the first, but he chose to roll the dice because Sammy Watkins was at the other end.
Catanzaro brings it back to a 2-point margin. Philly Brown fumbled that punt. Sammy Watkins delivered on the other end. What a night for Watkins. 186 yards and a couple of scores. Joe Matt Maria with you here as we welcome you back to the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. 29-27 Ohio State, and more college football action will come your way Sunday on ESPN. It's the GoDaddy Bowl. Ball State, Arkansas State, 9 Eastern on ESPN. Sammy Watkins with the touchdown catch moments ago, 186 receiving yards. Now that's an Orange Bowl record. 12 receptions for Watkins, ties an Orange Bowl record. Tavon Austin of West Virginia did that against Clemson 2 years ago.
Let's go back and take a look at this touchdown. There's a couple pieces to this puzzle. First of all, you're going to be man-to-man, okay? They're going to go man coverage here. That's Doran Grant. They're going to run this. Up top, you got to stay with your coverage. That's the first thing. Here's the second piece of the puzzle. They're going to run inside out, okay? He had a chance to be able to run for the first. Instead, he sees the man coverage down the field. Grant is in trail position, but watch him pluck it. At the highest point, that's as good as it gets right there. That's a big-time play by a big-time player.
And now how will Ohio State respond? Braxton Miller, that's dangerous, but it falls to the ground. They had run 15 straight plays, 15 rushes in a row, and then that. It was Gary Peters, defensive back, who deflected that.
Watch how he comes down quick. As soon as they get to the edge, he comes up. That's really well done. Gary Peters, 6 inches picked there by Grady Jarrett. Rather.
For all those manageable down and distances, now 2nd and 10 to get things going here with Carlos Hyde, and it'll be 3rd and long. As Hyde was taken down by Corey Crawford and company.
It's amazing how one play can bring a team right back to the middle of it. Now all of a sudden they look like a different team. They have him in 3rd and long, which is where they wanted him to be. Let's see if Braxton Miller and the boys can bring it back.
Remember the muff punt, and Clemson jumped on, and then the strike to Watkins, and now a 3rd and 8 for Ohio State. Here's pressure up the middle. Now Beasley. He got around him. And that ball is intercepted by Jaron Kearse as a flag is down at the 12-yard line, and they're celebrating with Kearse. Miller got crushed there.
That's going to be a hold. They had Vic Beasley and held him, or he would have really got smoked. And then Jaron Kearse on the back end, he just tracked it down. Braxton Miller tried to force that ball when he got to the edge. He's a hurting buckaroo right there. I think he's been playing banged up right from the start. It looked like his shoulder wasn't the same. Watch Beasley at the top. Oh, he beats Muhart with nice hips and a dip. Then he gets planted, and Kearse gets the pick after Shuey just gave him a shot. That's a nice job of plucking that thing out of the air, too.
Jaron Kearse with the turnover as Shuey laid out Braxton Miller. And now momentum on Clemson's side. Trailing by 2. Back to Watkins they go. And back to business he goes. As Sammy Watkins finally taken down by C.J. Barnett. There's Curse. The big moment. Braxton. Looks like he's still in pain. Look at his face.
He got... Shuey did plant him. We talked to the coaches about Sammy Watkins. They say he plays with no fear, and it's easy to see it tonight.
Boyd got to the outside of the block, and he goes inside the 10. Tigers have a 1st and goal.
And they'll go with the hurry up. They have the Ohio State Buckeyes on their heels. Ooh.
Sammy Watkins was slow to get up at the end of that play, and he's limping off now.
Yeah, see his wrapped right knee. He was going to try to block Armani Reeves. It looked like he tweaked it a little bit or something.
Here's the pitch to McDowell. And he gets it down to the 3-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and goal there, tackled by Adolphus Washington.
So right now, if you're the Ohio State defense, all the things that have happened, right, forget that. What you have to do right now is try to hold it to a field goal. We have 2 downs. Try to hold it to a field goal. Be tough right now. You got to suck it up.
Marcus has played well with Noah Spence's stead. Boyd to the end zone. Oh, what an effort by Martavis Bryant. Flag came in. That's a touchdown.
Let's see if he didn't push off. Tess, see what it's called. Looks like it's going to be in the defense.
26 in the defense. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a touchdown.
2nd of the game for the 6'5" Bryant. Same way they went to him, but this time he came up with a circus act to pull it off. Stayed with the ball and scored it. And the Tigers roar to the lead. That was a knuckleball of an extra point. But it goes through, and we're back to that 5-point margin we had earlier. 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds for Clemson to retake the lead.
Watch Bryant, number 1, working on Reeves. I tell you, that's fantastic defense and a phenomenal effort by Bryant to be able to have the concentration and follow that ball in. Now it takes a fortuitous bounce. Stays in the air. He stays with it. Boy, that's a great play. Reeves was all over the coverage. Turn your head, get it back. You have a chance at the ball. This is just, you either have it or you don't, and he's got it.
Dabo will be the first to tell you of the maturity of Martavis Bryant. He was suspended, was Bryant, for last year's bowl game, but he has matured, and it has shown. Big threat opposite Sammy Watkins, that 6'5" frame, and Taj Boyd and offensive coordinator Chad Morris have smartly looked his way when they've gotten inside the 5. And there was a thought there for a moment out of the freshman Dontre Wilson, but he thought better. All right, so come Monday night, after this run of incredibly entertaining BCS Bowls, it's the big one. The Vizio BCS National Championship. Florida State and Auburn. As there's 8 different ways to watch it on ESPN networks with the BCS Megacast. Coverage begins Monday night at 8.
And Trey Mason, 205-pounder. He plays like a beast. I love watching that guy play. Along that offensive line, underrated. They do a nice job up front.
That'll be the key for Auburn, that run game. Carlos Hyde trying to get to the outside.
See Vic Beasley run with him?
Oh, he can run. The All-America defensive end. Took a shot there, did Carlos Hyde.
Hey, shaking out the cobwebs a little bit. That's impressive by Vic Beasley.
End of the third quarter. That started with Ohio State in complete control. And then all of a sudden, the turnover. Philly Brown trying to return the punt. Sammy Watkins with the big catch. 2 touchdowns off of 2 Ohio State turnovers. The Tigers up 34-29. Glad you're with us for an incredible night here at the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl. Joe Tessitore, Matt Millen, Maria Taylor. As we start the fourth quarter. Second and 7 for Ohio State. Braxton Miller picks up punishment earlier, joined by Jordan Hall in the backfield now. And there's Philly Brown. And as he ducked out, well, let's check in with Maria.
Well, after Clemson scored on that Braxton Miller interception, Urban Meyer walked right up to his quarterback, gave him a fist pound, tapped him on the helmet, and said, let's get it right back. He's trying to build his confidence right back up. Guys on the sideline, Braxton Miller has been trying to stretch out his right side. You saw he got up a little gingerly in the last offensive series, but he's trying to shake it off right now.
He's a warrior, Tess. I think he's been banged up from early in the first quarter with that shoulder, and he took a shot in that last one.
Brown was able to get the first down on that reception. Carlos Hyde back in now. And here is Hyde. Let's go back and show you the hit that Braxton Miller took just moments ago.
Yeah, this is Shuey. He's following through, and that's a nice clean hit. But Braxton Miller, he felt it. He came to the sideline and let them know.
There's the screen. Philly Brown, a lot of traffic there, but yet he gets free.
Yeah, Quandon Christian made a heck of a play. They did get the first down, but Christian came, he took the block, threw it back into Philly Brown. Philly Brown then redirected and made the first, but that's a heck of a defensive play by Christian. I like the fight in this Ohio State team, in particular, Braxton Miller.
I think both sides have come to play tonight, trying to bounce back after disappointment at the end of the regular season, trying to make a statement. First down pass attempt. Miller batted down, denied by Corey Crawford.
Yeah, he eyeballed that the whole way. He was going to dump that thing back underneath because he didn't see any coverage going out on Carlos Hyde. But Crawford did a great job. He just followed the eyes. Now watch him elevate. Really well done. Ooh, he could have. Wow. Had he had even more awareness, he could have had a chance at a pick.
Remember, he had that key interception in the Georgia game. Lone interception of his career that was huge in that season opener.
Spread him out wide. Be careful here of a quarterback draw.
Second and 10. 3-by-1 with Hyde in the backfield. There is the quarterback run that you saw coming, and there is Spencer Shuey once again meeting up with Braxton Miller.
Two guys who have played exceptionally well here tonight. Stephon Anthony and Spencer Shuey. Now, Stephon Anthony lost his job earlier, and Shuey took it over. And then Anthony came back with the right attitude and started to play well and got serious about it. They moved him to the middle and Shuey to the weak side, and now they're both playing in concert and playing extremely well.
3rd and 8. Just 2 of 11 on 3rd downs. Pressure comes, he gets rid of it, gets it complete. It's right near the marker. Let's see the spot. And he's going to be short. A flag is down. But Devin Smith,
against Clemson,
coming back to the ball, was short there.
That's a great job by Braxton Miller. Saw the pressure, knew he had one-on-one to the left side, and went back and fired a bullet. There's a flag.
That's a head shaker for Dabo Swinney.
Delay game, sideline interference on the defensive sideline. This is a 5-yard penalty and results in a first down. The
Don't hear that much.
Sideline interference penalty will result in a 15-yard foul.
And the stern warning admonishing them of if it happens again.
Well, you know, that's the second time it's happened. The first one was 5 yards. The second one is 15. That's, you know what, to me, that's just good officiating in terms of keeping control. You have to have control. That's a great job of coming back to the ball.
Devin Smith, the junior receiver, only the speed guy that they would hope to be a little more consistent, but he came up with a nice catch there. First down. And Miller finds his running back Hyde, and here come the Buckeyes.
Another blown coverage test. Two guys on the deep one. Hyde underneath. Shouldn't happen. Shuey took the swing motion, but Curse was downfield again with Breland, and that should not happen. It's kind of a wheel route.
They quickly snap. Miller with time now goes against the grain and is taken down right at the line of scrimmage by Grady Jarrett.
Nicely done by Jarrett, holding his ground, knowing he could have something coming back. This is a great game, man. This guy is a hurting buckaroo, and he is just sucking it up.
Been taking big hits. He's been trying to loosen up that shoulder all night long. The effects of that blast Shuey put on him still lingering. And back and forth these two teams go. And can Ohio State retake the lead? 2nd and 11. Miller throws it up wide open. The answer's yes. Carlos Hyde. And Miller got crushed at the end of it.
And a flag on top of it. They're going to tack that one up onto the kickoff.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defender placed his weight and drove the quarterback into the ground. The 15-yard penalty will be assessed on the succeeding kickoff. Touchdown.
I mean, look at Braxton Miller pulling himself up like a fighter off the canvas and yet trying to throw a knockout punch, and he did.
You see how they rolled to the left. Oh, and Shuey planted him again. He rolled to the left, and then Carlos Hyde just snuck out again. That's a blown coverage. You can't do that. That's about the 5th one we've seen here tonight.
And with the score 35-34, and in the 4th quarter, the 2-point conversion attempt to try to make it a field goal lead. And it's Kenny Guyton, probably the best backup you can have, the 5th-year senior in at quarterback. He's got a lot of experience, and he's produced a lot offensively for this team. And here goes Guyton for 2, and it is denied at the last second by Christian defending that pass.
Guyton was too slow on the throw. He came open fast. It needed to get out quicker, and he held just a second. That allowed the defender to make the play.
But the story reads Braxton Miller and courage. Knowing danger is coming, but glory on the other end with Hyde. Kenny Guyton was the quarterback on that 2-point conversion attempt in for Braxton Miller, who was driven to the ground by Spencer Shuey.
Let's go back to the touchdown. Here's Carlos Hyde. Here's his coverage. No tight end. You're locked up outside with the receiver. As soon as he starts to go, that is your man. Watch where his eyes go. See his eyes right here? They're back inside at the quarterback. And guess what that means? Hides behind you, and that's 6 quick. When you're in man coverage, see your man. The quarterback means nothing. The man means everything.
Hyde had 2 catches for 39 yards and a touchdown on that go-ahead scoring drive. 35-34 Ohio State in a game that has lived up to all the hype and all the expectations. Hazel kicks away. Go for a touchback. Let's bring in Terry McCullough, veteran referee, who actually worked a national title game on this field back in 1999. Terry, how do you see what went down there with Shuey and Miller?
Well, the initial hit's legal, but then he buries him into the ground and with his full body weight puts his shoulder into the solar plexus on the ground. That's one of our categories. This is a foul. He's got to get to the side. He's got to wrap up tackle and get to the side as opposed to burying him there with the shoulder.
There was a nice hit.
It's a punishing hit, you know, and he's defenseless, and you just can't do that to the quarterback.
And what will Taj Boyd do to respond here? And give it to your superstar receiver, Sammy Watkins. Brought down by the freshman Von Bell, but the big night continues for Sammy Watkins. Now 14 catches for 209 yards.
And he's taking advantage. Then we said it earlier, but Adam Humphries has been doing a great job. And Sammy Watkins is limping around on that right knee, but boy, when the ball's in his hands, he's still magic.
McDowell out of the backfield. Clemson first down. Von Bell another tackle.
It's a nice catch. That thing was low. Von Bell made the tackle, but Hot Rod went down and got that thing. That's not easy to do. It looks easy. He's in full stride. He plucks that thing right off the turf.
First down run here, McDowell. And spun down by Ryan Shazier.
Hot Rod McDowell has great speed. He's not a big man, and so the one thing when you watch him that you'd like him to be able to do is be a little bit more powerful through tackles. He goes down a little easier than you'd like him to, but you give him a little space and he's quicker than a hiccup. He's out of there.
Watkins again on a screen.
Look at him go.
I mean, he hits that gear and it just becomes a chase every single time.
He's another hurting buckaroo too, but
this is the best game that any receiver's ever had in the 80-year history of the Discover Orange Bowl. 222 yards, career high for Sammy Watkins.
He limps off, comes back on, and looks like a bullet when he has the ball in his hand.
Design quarterback run, Taj Boyd. And he's close to another first down for Clemson. Ohio State with that score to go ahead, and just like that, here comes Clemson. Back and forth all night long, these two have gone.
Really well done up front in that offensive line. Kalen Davis is playing well. Brandon Thomas, the left tackle. Norton inside. Shatley, Isaiah Battle. It's a good group. Look at this.
2nd and inches, and they run the fake play as they ran the offensive line staying in their position. Throwback, but it didn't work, so it'll be 3rd and less than 1.
And so if you're at home, you go, what the heck was that? Well, this is what they're trying to do. They just stay. They don't move. And what they expect is that the defensive line will not do anything either. Now, they ran this earlier in the season, so it's on tape. And that's the worst thing they could have done, because now you can prepare for it. Barrett Brooks and I were watching tape yesterday, and we saw that thing. We just started laughing. Like, what the heck was that?
Your friend with yet another Super Bowl ring. Taj Boyd will move the chains. That's all you do is watch film, Millen. You've been watching film for 30 days getting ready for this one.
Well, you know what happens? Tape doesn't lie. Everybody else does, but tape doesn't lie. You know what's really interesting? Just watching Boyd. Boyd can wear his big boy pads. He can run behind his pads pretty well.
Can. 225-pounder who will patiently wait and then get leverage. First down. Here's Boyd looking to pass, and he goes underneath. Dragging was Seckinger, who had a bad ankle he's been dealing with. He's the player that fumbled on the first play of the Florida State game. That set the tone that night. But remember, this Clemson team has been forged and steely.
You know why? They've been drinking a lot of Gatorade. I remember when that stuff came out, I drank that as much as I could. Stuff was awesome.
2nd and 1 now. Roderick McDowell. As he gets the first down for Clemson. Under 8.5 minutes to play.
He's getting up slow.
That's been happening a lot tonight with a lot of players. They have been bringing it all night long, both defenses, and a lot of superstar offensive players giving their all here. So as they look at McDowell, we'll take a short break. Clemson trying to retake that lead.
The 2014 Discover Orange Bowl is brought to you by Cadillac. DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Taco Bell. Sometimes you gotta live Mas. And the new Surface. Follow at ESPN CFB for all bowl instant replays.
Saturday afternoon on ESPN2. It's North Dakota State looking for a 3rd straight FCS championship, taking on Towson. NCAA FCS championship presented by Northwestern Mutual. That's Saturday 2 Eastern on ESPN2. First down, Taj Boyd behind his blocker, gets free inside the 10, reaching out, touchdown. Boy, oh boy, what a night we've got here in South Florida.
They should go for 2 here.
Up by 5, 2 would put them up by 7. Oh, there's some white back underneath that cleat.
Yeah, that's coming back. That's going to be on about the 2-yard line. Right there, where the ball is, right when he steps out.
Mike Simcheski's the replay official.
On the field as the runner never stepped out of bounds, was able to get the ball inside the pylon for a touchdown. This play is now under video review.
And Mike's going to have to take a look at this and see if he has that indisputable video evidence to say this needs to be reversed.
Right there's the step. He's out. It's where the ball is when he steps. That's going to be right about the 2-yard line. There.
And you can see the cleats imprinting into the white paint on the sideline there. I think this is going to be pretty easy for this crew from the American Conference.
Doesn't take away the phenomenal effort that you got out of Taj Boyd. What a great game test. Back and forth. It has been. All the players that were talked about saying they had to show up, they all showed up.
Headset is broken in terms of the communication system with the guys upstairs, so that's why John McDade is over there on the hard line telephone. And there is Mike Simcheski and John Smith, a replay official and replay communicator for the American Conference group that has been given the honor of calling this 80th Discover Orange Bowl.
Taj Boyd is 368 yards passing, over 100 yards rushing.
Watch his heel here, and you say,
right
was the heel down? I think undoubtedly you have that indisputable video evidence as you see the heel pressing into the grass.
After video review, the runner did step out of bounds at the 3-yard line while stretching the ball out at the 2-yard line. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line. Will be 1st and goal.
That's a good call. Let's tell you what, this officiating crew has been dynamite here tonight. They have been all over it.
And they've had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, they have. It's been fair. They've been good calls.
So it's 1st and goal. As Boyd will head back out there. And that defense that's been trying to tame the Tigers all night long. We'll try to keep him out from the 2.
Sammy Watkins down here all by his lonesome.
Now here he comes in motion. And here goes Boyd again. And Boyd did not get in that time as Josh Perry filled the hole.
The one thing that this Clemson offense lacks really is a big boy running back for these situations.
Now, Roderick McDowell came off moments ago. He's running back onto the field now after being checked out.
Yeah, he's short, but they don't have a big bruiser. This is the type of run right here. They'd say, you know, let us borrow Carlos Hyde. We could use him for this.
They don't have a back on their 4 deep of running backs over 200 pounds. Boyd's 225. Second and goal. And Boyd that time, there's no call yet, and now he is being marked short again.
That was a nice job. It looked like he was going to score, and then somebody came in. I don't know who it was, either Shazier or somebody. C.J. Barnett, somebody smacked him. Right, look, he's about to go through right, boom, right there. It's Shazier. He's going to set up this 3rd and goal.
So what looked like a high-flying Superman act for a touchdown moments ago, reviewed, reversed, and 2 times the Ohio State.
The runner was stopped short of the goal line. This play is now under video review.
So they're going to review this as the Ohio State defense has stopped him on 2 straight plays.
The only thing they could really see is where the ball is when he gets hit. Let's see if the ball crosses the plane at all. That's hard to see. It has a chance. We won't see it from that angle, however.
Well, it's hard because of the body of Shazier.
Let's see if it shows up here. Ooh, right there.
Oh, there you go.
There it is. See that?
You can see it right behind number 88, Steve Miller, and you see that snap zoom showing you the ball right behind player number 88, Steve Miller. Let's bring in Terry McCauley, who's up in the booth with us, who coordinates officials for the American Conference. These are his referees. Terry, do you believe that Mike Simcheski, the replay official, has enough video evidence with that to say it's a touchdown?
You know, it's really tight, and I don't think it's enough. I mean, he may have a better look than I have, or we have right here on his monitor, but it's really tight, and I think it's too close to reverse. I think we might want to let this one stand.
I don't know about that, T.
Terry,
I understand.
You don't feel it's enough, even though you can see the white goal line underneath?
Indisputable. We want it to jump out at us, and maybe it's touching, maybe it's not, but it's right there. You got a lot of bodies. I would let this stand.
So you stress the word indisputable here, and there has to be zero judgment in your eyes. You have to see it, know it, have it jump out to realize a reverse here.
Yes, correct.
I don't know, T. Here, you want to borrow my glasses for that last replay? Could
be. After further video review, the ruling on the field stands. 3rd down.
No, you're going to be great now.
You haven't trained too well. That's what it is.
I did not text him to tell him to do that. Trust me.
That's Terry McCauley, veteran NFL official and coordinator officials for the American Conference since 2008. 3rd and goal.
Now they're getting to a power eye.
And McDowell is back in the game. And listen to this crowd of Ohio State supporters.
Jumped. It's going to be 5 yards. Right tackle, Isaiah Battle, can't do that.
They are going in reverse. What could have been a touchdown just moments ago.
False start. Number 79 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's the youngin, the right tackle, Isaiah Battle.
So you want to play big-time college football, Isaiah. Not a good time to flinch.
Moments ago, those in Clemson orange and regalia were celebrating a thought-to-be Taj Boyd touchdown. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 5.
Sammy Watkins up at the top. Here he comes in motion.
Throwing back and walking in is Stanton Seconder.
Excellent play call. Sammy Watkins came in motion for a reason. He was the decoy. They wanted to draw all the coverage towards him, and it was a great call by Chad Morris. It served its purpose. Josh Boyd with his 5th touchdown.
Now they will go for 2 to try to make it a 7-point lead. Window dressing, and now they spread it out. They were showing pressure off the edge, and McDowell pointed it out. And Boyd checks, and they go with the trick play, and it's Sammy throwing to the end zone and denied at the last second by Duran Grant. Good eyes out of Grant to get over there.
And an awful throw. That's what killed it. Sammy Watkins, all he had to do, didn't have to put any air under it, just throw it to him.
And Matt, why not just be conventional with Taj Boyd? This is what it looked like. Sammy Watkins took a while to get there, and Grant denied it. Fourth lead change of this Orange Bowl has Clemson up 40-35. Let's check in with John Saunders. John?
Thanks, Joe. Jameis Winston of Florida State is a nominee for the AT&T All-America Player of the Year. Visit ESPNAllamerica.com to vote. The winner will be announced on Monday during the Vizio BCS National Championship. Joe and Matt, back to you.
Thanks, John. Jameis Winston will be going up against Dee Ford and Chris Davis and the rest of that Auburn defense that's going to have quite a task in front of them. Tonight, the defense has been trying to contain these superstar quarterbacks, and we've got 75 points up on the board. As Taj Boyd has 6 touchdowns he's responsible for, 5 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown.
You know,
Discover Game Changers brought to you by Discover Card. Sammy Watkins with 15 receptions, 220 receiving yards, both a Clemson and Orange Bowl record. And this is a superstar player who's been playing with one. Going up and grabbing that ball, and back and forth they go. And Braxton Miller, remember, he was banged up and didn't throw it on the 2-point conversion, but here he is back out there. Wilson has nowhere to go. Wrestled down by Vic Beasley.
Vic Beasley made the tackle. Shuey made the play. Shuey set the edge phenomenally. Nowhere to go. Beasley comes through. And watch Shuey, 33. Watch how he takes that tight end, just shoves him right in the backfield. Nowhere to go, and Beasley makes the tackle. Well done. Tell you, these 2 linebackers, they had to play well. And Shuey has come through for him, as has Stephon Anthony.
Clemson's 8th tackle for a loss. Look at him sell that. Coverage. And then stand in and deliver it downfield to Philly Brown.
Philly Brown, watch how he's in the slot on the left side, and I want you to watch how he gains leverage. And what leverage is make the defender pick a side. See how he gets him to the top, turns his hips? That's gaining leverage in the turn. Hips, width, and depth are what you read on a defender. Philly Brown took advantage.
Ohio State trying to have the most BCS wins. Clemson looking for their first BCS Bowl win. First down run, Braxton. And here he goes gliding and moving the chains past midfield.
He is a true warrior. That guy is a hurting buckaroo. Every time he gets up, he winces. But when his number is called or he sees an opportunity, he just sucks it up and goes. much respect for Braxton Miller tonight.
Bending over, grabbing his side. Remember, he was driven into the ground by Spencer Shuey with 11:35 to go. And here that clock is counting down towards 4.5 minutes. And he's trying to retake the lead. It has been a slugfest all night long. He keeps it. And he's taken down for the 9th tackle for loss of the night. Corey Crawford gets it done. 2 more yards, and we have 1,000 total yards in this game. But penalty yards have been mounting too, and some Orange Bowl records as Taj Boyd has 487 total yards, and Sammy Watkins has put forth one of the great receiver performances we've ever seen. And then there's the heart and will of that man, Matt.
Yeah, well, this game has lived up to its billing in every way.
Beyond it, and we'll see if we have a great finish. And Smith can't go anywhere.
Corey Crawford was coming from the inside out, and those corners, he did a great job. That was Breland on the outside. He held the point. He was going to force him back inside, and Crawford turned the tide, sets up this 3rd and long. See if Vic Beasley doesn't show up in the pass rush here. He's the right defensive end, number 3.
He's opposite of first-team All-America and left tackle Jack Muir. 3rd down and 13. Beasley off the edge. That's a fumble, and it is snatched out of the air by Spencer Shuey. Brashawn Breeland disrupted a Miller's writhing in pain as Clemson takes over.
And he had to avoid Vic Beasley first, and then Breeland came in second, and that's the difference in the play.
They had to have the big play, the 3rd and long. Instead, Clemson's ball. That go to the distance inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven.
Tess, this is all about this last play. This is all about team defense. It starts with Beasley. He's going to get the edge. He's going to force it. Then Breeland comes from the other side. He's going to come on a blitz. And so that forces Miller to step to the left. And who's standing there? Grady Jarrett takes that away. And then Shuey comes in after the forced fumble off the sack and gets the fumble recovery, and that's great team defense.
Now they're going to get a heavy dose of that run game. Ohio State had 1st and 10 at the Clemson 43. Then 3 straight tackles for loss, and that forced fumble in the recovery. And the miscues mounting and now becoming more painful on the Ohio State side of the ledger.
Well, it's been a fantastic night, and there's a flag going down.
Substitution infraction. 12 players in formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
They're saying what?
You know, Dabo's team, though, has been forged in recent years. Not the Clemson team of old. Became the first non-SEC team that back-to-back wins over 2 top 10 ranked SEC opponents. LSU last year in the bowl game. Georgia to begin this season. So they've been prepared for these moments against the big power program on a big stage like this.
One thing they weren't prepared for, was counting to 11.
The details, Matt, the details.
Exactly, because they had 12, they threw the flag, and everybody stood there, and all 12 of them were looking at them.
Sammy Watkins, that'll go as a reception, actually, so he will pad those stats that have been career highs and Orange Bowl records.
Tess, remember when Sammy Watkins said he's going to get all the records from Hopkins, and they thought it was a boast? Well, guess what? That statement came true.
One of the finest games a receiver has played on a stage like this. 16 receptions, 227 yards. And he has been in pain throughout that spirited effort.
I don't know why Ohio State didn't stop the clock.
They have 3 timeouts remaining.
The
Third down and 8.
They need time.
Flag is down.
False start. Number 10 of the offense.
And that helps the Buckeyes.
Third down.
The motion.
$1.50 left. That's not a lot of time.
3 timeouts. And
now
the 3rd and long here. So an opportunity for Ohio State with the ball being placed at midfield. But there were missed opportunities there
out of the half.
by Ohio State. You know, this was one of those games where it was back and forth and you had to match your opponent. And then here was Ohio State driving just moments ago. And the 3 straight plays with the tackle for loss and then the sack fumble.
Well, you can't say enough about how Clemson has played defense here tonight. They came to play against a superior offensive line. And going into this thing, I thought that offensive line of Ohio State would be able to handle that defensive front. But take your hats off to the 2 linebackers for Clemson. They have played an absolutely superb game. Spencer Shuey, Stephon Anthony, they came with their big boy pads.
Reminder, you can stay tuned for the Ford BCS postgame show after the game. So much to digest here. And right now, Ohio State desperate for a stop on 3rd and 13. And it's intercepted. C.J. Barnett. And they are back in business, are the Buckeyes.
You can't make this stuff up.
Look who's ready to get back out there.
C.J. Barnett, number 4. He's going to show up. And boy, he just misses this. I mean, Barnett just sitting in a 2-deep. He didn't do nothing. Just threw the ball right to him. Poor throw.
It was almost all but over. But oh no, not tonight. Miller. And that ball was almost intercepted as Corey Crawford got up after it.
You can't make this stuff up. There's that pick after Taj Boyd was not a happy man.
Dabo and Taj. What went wrong? And will they have to pay the price now? 1:24 remains.
Well, they wanted to put the ball in Braxton Miller's hand. They said, let him beat us with his arm. Here we go.
Miller. Oh, boy.
What a game he's had.
Stephon Anthony is going to seal this deal. You were just raving about the play of the linebacker, and he gets the interception.
Stephon Anthony has played a phenomenal game here tonight. He's been physical when he's had to be physical. And oh, by the way, when you need a big play, keep your eyes on him, because Braxton Miller didn't. He's going to try to hit this right through the middle for Philly Brown, and Stephon Anthony seals the deal.
C.J. Barnett with an interception with 1:27 to play. And then just 9 seconds of game clock later, Stephon Anthony, the junior linebacker,
you know what,
picks off Braxton Miller.
I want to see, we should look at that again to see if he had control all the way through it.
They snap the ball and they're running ahead. But if you want to go back, we'll take a peek here.
It's too late now. But I wasn't sure if he had control of that ball all the way through. Watch this. No, he's bobbling it still. Still didn't have it. And then, whoa.
I got to tell you, Matt, that's a great point by you. You know, a player has to have firm control of the ball for the entire play for it to be a catch. Terry McCauley, how do you see that?
What's it look like to you,
I'm looking right now. You know, there's some point when he rolls over that he's got the football. And is it long enough in real time? I don't think we would have reversed that had it been stopped. Now watch as he rolls over. He gets it. Firm control, firm control.
No
now
control.
Little bobble. Now he's got it there. He rolls over with the ball. That's a catch.
Okay, let me ask you a question. If you're not the head of officials, if you're sitting at home having a beer right now, you're not saying that. That is really, it's a
very
tough
close
call.
It would not have been reversed, I will tell you that.
Terry says that it would not have been reversed. The coordinator of officials for the American Conference, longtime NFL referee, has worked Super Bowls and national championships.
That's a first down, and that's the game. Take a knee. What a fantastic 2014 Orange Bowl, Tess. The Discover Orange Bowl, they put an exclamation point on this bad boy because that was as fun a game we've had.
BCS Bowl week before we head to the national championship. You know, this system has been panned for years, but this was as great of a week of bowl action as we can remember, and Dabo Swinney has just secured Clemson's first BCS Bowl victory.
This is going to be the third flag on the sideline.
One unsportsmanlike conduct, number 38 of the offense, entering the field without a helmet, 15-yard penalty, second down.
Now they can look the other way on that one when it's hugs all around your entire coaching staff with a BCS Bowl win over Urban Meyer, who came in with a 4-0 record in BCS Bowls.
Let me just say this. Much respect for Braxton Miller and the effort he turned in here tonight. What a fantastic game he played. He toughed it out. He's going to be a hurting buckaroo, but let me tell you, he was fantastic tonight.
They're getting those shirts out to celebrate being the Discover Orange Bowl champions.
With a running clock under 1
Back
minute in
and
the
forth,
half.
they went
Ohio
all
State has
night
declined
long.
the 10-second runoff.
Spectacular
The clock will
performances in every facet of the game. From the headline-making quarterbacks of Miller and Boyd to Sammy Watkins, who now you think of his legacy and how he'll be thought of in modern college football with a record-setting performance here tonight. And then in the end, defense playing its role with Stephon Anthony, the interception with 1:18 to play. And take a bath, Brent Venables. Your defense just toppled Ohio State, and Taj Boyd's career comes to an end with a championship here in the Discover Orange Bowl. Clemson 40-35. Let's go down to the field to Maria Taylor.
Coach, you said the theme of the week was find a way to win the game. That's exactly what you did. How would you describe the inning of this game?
Man, a lot of heart. I mean, that's what we did. We found a way to win. We tried to find some ways to lose it, but man, we got a lot. we got a lot of heart on this team. You know, 2 years ago, we got our butts whipped all over this field. We're 22-4 since that night, and I cannot tell you how proud I am of our football team, our staff, because they found a way tonight. Hey, God's good. This was a great blessing to have an opportunity to come back to the Orange Bowl, but to see our guys play like a family, love each other, pick each other up. You don't win as individuals. It was a great team performance tonight. We overcame some mistakes. We hadn't played in a long time. We obviously had some stupid plays, but man, oh man, oh man, just a great win for our program, our team. Couldn't be happier. 118 years of Clemson football. We've never had back-to-back 11 wins until tonight. And, man, the best is yet to come.
All right, congratulations, Coach. Celebrate with your team.
4 lead changes in the game. 3 of them came in the second half. It was a thriller every which way. Boyd had 505 yards of total offense. When we come back, the Ford BCS postgame show, the trophy ceremony, and a wrap-up right after this.
Strap on your seat and get ready to go. I've been here to see 43 million feet up in the sky from the diamond. I'm only beginning and I get the feeling I'll be high.
post-game report is presented by Ford. Go further.
Joe Tessitore with you here at Sun Life Stadium as we welcome you to the Ford BCS post-game show on the heels of Clemson's thrilling 40-35 win over Ohio State. Dabo Swinney, the big one is his. Clemson's first BCS bowl win. Remember a couple years ago what happened to them against West Virginia on this field, in a season when they were looking to bounce back after losing to their rivals on November 30th. They worked their way all the way up to number 3 in the polls and slipped up against Florida State. But here they were at their very best. Let's go down to the field to John Saunders. John?
Joe, thank you very much. First of all, we should say congratulations to the Ohio State Buckeyes and head coach Urban Meyer on a terrific season. But to the winner goes the spoils. And so, to present the trophy, joining me now is Orange Bowl Committee President and Chair, Andrew Hertz. Andrew.
Thank you, John. On behalf of the 366 members of the Orange Bowl Committee, I would like to first of all thank our title sponsor, Discover, for everything they do for us. And I would like to be the first to congratulate Ohio State on having a great season and putting on a hell of a game here tonight. But most of all, I want to congratulate Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers, the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl champs.
Thank you. Thank you so much. First of all, I want to say thank you to our football players. First of all, I want to say thank you to our team. I want to say thank you to our fans. It's been 32 years since we won the Orange Bowl. We are Orange Bowl champs again. 2 years. Hey, listen, 2 years ago, we got our butts kicked on this field, and it has been a journey to get back. We're 22-4 since that night. And we are the first team from the state of South Carolina to ever win a BCS game right here.
Coach, congratulations. And you mentioned the loss here to West Virginia a couple of years ago. Did that start the drive to this game from losing that game and giving up 70 points?
Well, you know, when I went in the locker room that night, it was a down night. Everything went bad. I told the team it was 30 years since we'd been in the Orange Bowl. It won't be 30 years before we're back. And when we get back, we're going to be better. And, you know, bad things happen in life. It's how you respond. And our guys chose to think differently. And nobody 2 years ago would have said at that time that this team would be 22-4 and finishing in the top 10 back-to-back years, and the first ever in 118 years of Clemson football to win back-to-back 11 games in consecutive years.
Your entire team played a great game. But we have to single out Taj Boyd and Sammy Watkins because they're both record setters tonight. Talk about your quarterback and your wide receiver.
Listen, one of the things we also said was we could not win this game as individuals. It takes teams to win. And listen, we made enough mistakes to probably lose the game tonight, but we just kept picking each other up. Our defense was awesome. But listen, Taj Boyd, he's the winningest. He's tied for the winningest quarterback in the history of this school with this win tonight. What a legacy. He put an exclamation point on it tonight. And Sammy Watkins was Sammy Watkins.
Well, that's a perfect way to bring in Sammy Watkins. But first of all, I want to bring the gentleman who's going to present the MVP trophy, Roger Hochschild, President and COO of Discover, to present the Discover Orange Bowl MVP Award.
On behalf of millions of card members and thousands of employees, Discover would like to congratulate the Clemson Tigers on winning the 2014 Discover Orange Bowl and Sammy Watkins on winning the MVP trophy. Congratulations.
Thanks. Well, Sammy, an amazing performance. a number of records, over 300 yards receiving. You ran the ball. You even got to throw the ball once, although you were a little short. Let's talk first about that. That pass coming up short.
Just a bad pass, and we didn't work on it, and I missed the pass.
Not going to blame your wide receiver, Taj Boyd. Let's talk about the chemistry between you and Taj Boyd, because it seemed like any time he threw you the ball, it was going to be complete. You were going to find a way to go up and get it.
We've been together for 3 years, and we definitely got that chemistry on offense, and he did a great job with delivering the ball, and the offense did a great job with executing the plays tonight, and I definitely hand my hat off to him.
Were you surprised at your ability to pile up this amount of offense against this Ohio State Buckeyes team that was very close to winning the Big Ten?
They're a great team, great defense, but I definitely believe in this offense and what Coach Morris preach every day. And, I mean, we got one of the best quarterbacks, offensive line, and receiver core. So I definitely got all my faith in this offense, and we came out and played well.
Congratulations. Got anything you want to say to the fans?
Thank y'all for coming out here and supporting us, coming all the way from Clemson, and go Tigers.
All right, Sammy Watkins, Dabo Swinney, congratulations to the Clemson Tigers. Joe, back to you.
Thank you, John. What a night. Taj Boyd, you see him there. 505 yards of total offense, 6 touchdowns responsible for. He had 5 passing and 1 rushing. Clemson consecutive 11-win seasons for the first time in school history. 40-35, a thriller. Back and forth they went. And the last man standing was Dabo Swinney and his Clemson Tigers. Come up next at Sports Center. Congratulations to Clemson. The Tigers roar tonight.
This is Sports Center Live.
What's up? We are live, wearing makeup, talking about football. Van Peasy, Bucci, Maine. 2 huge stories before we show some football highlights. Chris Paul could be out a month or more. Separated right shoulder in Dallas tonight, and looks like Charlie Strong might be the next head coach at Texas.
So a very, very busy evening, a lot to get to. The football game down in Miami, really a sensational bowl game. The BCS is in its last year is all you could really ask for.
Nuts.
Ohio State and Clemson sharing the field for the first time since back in the late 70s. These are oranges, same state. It was the Gator Bowl, and Wayne Woodrow Hayes is a legend for a million different reasons. This is an unfortunate end, as Woody saw a ball get picked and things got away from him for a moment. Clemson went on to win the game 17-15. This game's all that's good about football on both sides. You've got Taj Boyd, and their very first drive, and you'll see Tyler Shatley, a big block, and Boyd, that's the longest run he's had in his career. He's much more of a thrower. Sure, he'll do that read option, but that's farther than you expect to see him run. This is a guy that can just ruin you with his legs. That's Braxton Miller. After a personal foul penalty, kept the drive alive for Ohio State. They answer immediately. A great hesitation move there from Braxton, and we're tied at 7. Stars on the field in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins just exploded in this game, and he had folks at home tweeting, including Johnny Manziel. My boy Sammy Watkins absolutely beasting. Yes, he was. Speaking of a beast, if you're looking to draft maybe the next Eddie Lacy, who Green Bay got out of Alabama, an absolute load you just cannot take to the ground, it's Carlos Hyde, who went for 113 in this game. That was a 4th down play. Ohio State scores 20 straight. They're up 29-20. But then a fumbled punt was cashed in on this beautiful throw from Boyd. Again, it's Watkins, who had 16 catches for 227 yards. He's got Larry Fitzgerald tweeting about it. Now it's 29-27. And Boyd tucks it down. This is after an interception. And it's scary here because Watkins goes down, has to limp off the field. He'd return later on the drive. This catch is insane itself. This is Martavis Bryant, and it's an amazing catch off the tip. And Clemson's now scored 14 straight. They lead 34-29. But Ohio State would not quit. Miller blasted as he throws, and Hyde makes a great catch. Miller paid the price. A flag for a late hit on this one. Ohio State up 1. They failed to get a two-point conversion. Had the feel of who's got the ball last. Here are 3rd down and goal. This is after a motion penalty backed them off the 1-inch line, and Ohio State is fooled by the play action. Stanton second your touchdown. Clemson up to 5, I beg your pardon. You don't get a two-point conversion. Late, inexplicably, Boyd is picked by C.J. Barnett, and you can see Dabo as if to say, what are we doing? But then Braxton Miller is picked. Anthony with the interception, who makes a great grab himself. And so in the end, it's a defensive play, almost like that A&M Duke game where the defenses couldn't do a ton in the game, but Anthony here for Clemson gets the interception, which seals the win. And Dabo, as is often the case, the emotion is right there at the surface. A very entertaining, very well-played game by two quality offenses. Defenses made a few plays from time to time. And Clemson finishes the year 11-2. Ohio State drops the last 2 of their season, which was awfully good in and itself. Back to Sun Life Stadium, the Ford post-game report. John Saunders.
Well, welcome back to Miami, and yes, to the victor goes the drowning. As Dabo Swinney gets drenched, and the last time he was here at the Orange Bowl, he was drenched, but it was in tears as they got clobbered by West Virginia, but not this time around. The Clemson Tiger fans and the players celebrating as they come back to the Orange Bowl, and they walk off with a victory. John Saunders alongside of Taj Boyd. Forget these guys.
Yeah, right.
Taj, you know. Jesse Palmer and Danny Cannell. You know, I got 3 quarterbacks with me here, and there's only one that's important right now. That's right. Taj Boyd, what a tremendous performance you had. And think about the last time that Clemson was here, and Dabo talked about it a little bit, and the 70 points that was given up by the team. It had to be a mission coming back for the Clemson Tigers into this building, on this field, to make a statement.
It's something that you'll never forget, but at the same time, you can't let that sink in and affect this game and this trip that we have this year. You know, obviously, you know, that last game when we played down here was very disappointing, but I felt like we had a young team, and if anything, it helped us grow. So, you know, for us to come back here and just play with a chip on our shoulders, just go out here and give it everything we got, I couldn't be more proud of the guys out here.
Taj, this game did not disappoint. We expected this to be a shootout offensively. You guys come out. It was a phenomenal performance. Right. What was the game plan for you guys on offense, understanding they had 3 new faces in the secondary and they were playing without their best pass rusher?
You know, for us, it was all about that and just going and executing the system. You know, in the games where we didn't perform our best, we tried to do things that we weren't accustomed to doing, that, you know, we didn't control. And for us, you know, they had some guys that they missed in the secondary, and, you know, we wanted to go out there and most definitely capitalize, but at the same time, you got to go out there and just perform how you're capable. So, you know, the O-line performed outstandingly. Obviously, my receivers had an outstanding game, and, you know, Ryan McDowell had a huge game as well.
Taj, how important it was for you personally, for your legacy? Because you've had an outstanding career, put up incredible numbers, the all-time leader in touchdown passes in the ACC. But how important was it for you to go out with a win the last time you put on that Clemson uniform?
It was very important, but not so much for the legacy. You know, obviously that's something that I'm huge on. Love leaving your legacy. It was the same way in high school. But for me, it was all about going out there and playing for that guy beside me. Throughout my 5 years here, we had some ups and downs, and why not end on a high note? You know, in a college football program, as you guys can understand, momentum is huge in the offseason. So obviously it was important for us as seniors to go out and try to get a victory, but more so importantly for the younger guys and what they can build on heading into next season.
But when you start the season, Taj Boyd and the Clemson Tigers have a target, and that's the national championship game. And it didn't take long for that to come to an end when Florida State really hung one on you. And then you end the season with a loss to South Carolina. So you come into this game, and you must feel in some level that this is a game we must win.
You know, it was somewhat like redemption, and I felt like we were in a must-win situation. You know, I'm not a big, you know, analytical and statistical guy, but, you know, I looked at ESPN for whatever reason this morning, and I saw, you know, how they showed a map of the world and, you know, shows who's favored. And I don't think nobody had us favored to win this game. But again, we know what we're capable of doing. And when we click on all cylinders, I feel like this is most definitely a national championship program. So, again, this was just a step for us heading into the right direction.
Taj, what do you have to do to get an MVP trophy around here?
You know what, man?
You go 30 for 39. You account for 6 touchdowns. You carried the ball 20 times.
Right.
I mean, the guy sitting there right beside you, he stole it, takes home the hardware.
I can honestly say that I thought I was going to get it. Just initially, I was like, oh, MVP's in the bag. But again, couldn't be more proud of a guy. This guy right here has dealt with so much, very humble, persevered through a lot of situations. And, obviously, this is the last game in the Tiger uniform as well. And, again, what a better way to go out.
Sammy, talk about your performance tonight, the record-setting performance. Every time you got the ball, you just shot like a rocket down the field. What is your mindset when you get the ball in your hands?
Our offense played great tonight. The coaches did a great job with calling the plays and putting this offense in the best situation. And, of course, Taj played one of the best games and handled everything. And, he's driven us so far this past 3 years and been a competitor. And he's one of our leaders, and he definitely handled his business tonight. And I commend him on that.
Taj, you give him any tips on the pass? You kind of left it out there a little too high. Left it hanging.
And looking back at it, it was crucial, but at the same time, it was something that we laughed about on the sideline. It's just the nature of the game sometimes. So, again, I missed a couple passes to him this season as well, so I can't fault him on that.
Wait a second. He told me up there that it was your fault. That you were supposed to come to the ball. You were supposed to come to the ball, and he didn't move.
I had to be Keyshawn on that play to grab that one, but definitely didn't see him. And, it was a great play. It just, it was one of those deals.
Well, as well as you guys played on offense tonight, guys, it wasn't always perfect. There were 14 penalties. There was an interception in the red zone. There was an interception in the 2-minute drill late. How did you as a team find a way to be resilient enough to make the plays necessary to still come back and win this football game?
Well, for us, we definitely, you're going to have adversity during the game. But for us, we just go to the next play. With our offense, we can score at any time, any will. And our coach do a great job with this next play. And Taj did a great job of managing that and just keeping everybody up in the poise of our offense. And we just kept going. We believed in the system, and Taj played the best I ever seen him play tonight.
Talk about your coach, Dabo Swinney.
Right.
Talk about exactly what he was saying to you in positions when every time you would score, it seemed like the Ohio State Buckeyes would come back and take the lead back from you.
That's what we're built for. If you look at our drives and look at the time that we're scoring, it's a very short time. And, as you know, Coach Swinney is one of the more energetic, more animated coaches around college football. But, again, he holds us to a higher standard and feel like when we step on that field, we can score at will and can score at any time. Coach Morris is one of those coaches that is one of the smartest coaches that I've been around. He can dial them up in any situation. And, you got to trust those guys and just perform how you're capable of.
You had a 3rd and long, game on the line, throw the interception. Right. What was going through your mind as you're watching your defense on the field? And Ohio State has great field position.
Man, honestly, I almost threw up over there, man. I couldn't believe it. And, it was a miscommunication. And coaches, right before he went to the sideline, was like, do not throw the ball, Taj. Just run it. I don't care what happens. Seen him open. It's obviously a miscommunication, but, that's what your team is here for. These guys don't get as much credit as they should, and they persevere in these situations.
Well, the Heisman Trophy was handed out a few weeks ago, and you didn't quite get your name on the Heisman Trophy, but this has to, in some ways, feel just as good, if not a little better.
Again, it's a sweet victory. And it's not just about me, but just about this university. Like, you look over here, this sea of orange. These fans that are with us are with us win or lose. And you have to love them, So, again, very appreciative of these guys, and, what a way to play for them.
Hey, you guys were fun to watch.
Yeah,
really appreciate it. As a fan of college football, I loved watching you guys play.
Very quickly before I let you go, who's going to win Monday night?
I'm going to go FSU. 10 points. That's all
You guys would have been in deep trouble with Jameis Winston if you didn't go with the ACC. Yeah. Back here to Miami in a moment, but right now, let's go back to SportsCenter.
Hey.
Post-game report is brought to you by Ford. Go further.
scurvy will not be a problem.
No. Get your vitamin C, ladies and gentlemen. Did the first ball man on campus for game day with those two guys.
I remember that was a great piece.
Well, those guys, as you see, very personable, very talented young men. Their season ends with a victory in the Orange Bowl on a night where there is a ton going on involving a team of a different shade of